It's the Orioles on Masset, and we welcome you on a rainy night here in Boston. This game's going to start on time. The Orioles and the Red Sox, game 3 of the 4-game set. The hope is they can get it in when Mother Nature cooperates. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. For the Orioles, they got out of that losing streak on the road last night, ended it, came away with a 7-4 win and a good one. Now they're going to try and put a stretch together where they can make 4, 5, 6 in a row in the W column. They would love to do that on this long road trip. Chance to add to it here tonight. Last night, early and late, mattered in the ballgame for the Orioles. Defensively, early on, they held the Red Sox down. Take a look at a couple of plays that mattered. In the first inning, Mookie Betts would be at second base. This one would be caught. Betts didn't get back to the bag. Boy, did that help Alex Cobb, the starter. That's a great way to get guys off base. Then in the second inning, the attempted steal, Susak first, caught stealing behind the bench. Late in the ball game, 7th inning, Scope, home run. That would make it 6-3. 9th inning, it would be Trumbo, a base hit, would make it 7-4. Both of those hits allowed the Orioles to maintain a 3-run lead. So the early defense held the Red Sox off, and the late runs kept that cushion, Mike.
Yeah, and it's funny, Jonathan Scope in the middle of everything right there. No surprise that the Orioles playing their best baseball now that Jonathan Scope and Trumbo back in the lineup. The defense is sharper. They came up with some big plays early in yesterday's ball game, really to help Alex Cobb settle in and get his first win as an Oriole. He had been pitching better, but the defense certainly helped him out. The clutch hitting, the Orioles, they've been good at that again. The 7, 8, and 9 innings, their offense starts to pick it up a little bit. They're, I think, a plus 13 right now, scoring more runs than their opponent, believe it or not, in the 7, 8, and 9 innings. And Trumbo getting the big hit. Of course, Scope hitting the home run. Those tack-on runs, so important, especially on the road here at Fenway Park. It is not easy to win here, and the Orioles able to maybe get something going.
As we say in baseball, those tack-on runs are far from tack-on. Usually they're very important to pick up a win. When we come back to you, remember when you went out into the backyard and you took a wiffle ball bat and ball and played a little game till the sun set? Well, we're going to talk about that when we come back. And is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Royal Farms. Pick up your ROFO rewards card today at any Royal Farms to save on gas and to start earning points for free stuff. Details in store. Light rain falling and probably will be throughout the game tonight as we get set to go. Michael Gibbons appearing in another ball game last night for the Orioles. Picked up a hold. He worked for an inning. There was one unearned run scored against him, but he continued to get things done against the Red Sox. He has not given up an earned run against the Red Sox in 12 consecutive outings. You know what else he does? He plays wiffle ball. raises money for his foundation for the kids in Tampa.
Me and my buddies and people on my foundation board thought it was a really good thing to bring back a little wiffle ball, a little thing for the kids in the community, and trying to raise up money for inner city kids.
Now you started it this past year. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I started like right before Christmas, right a little bit after Christmas, the kids goes back to school. So it's just for just to bring the kids back and try to make a better tradition as baseball foundation of having fun again, and it's not the pay to play for all this money going towards other coaches to teach their knowledge of the game, and just having fun and just learning with the community that we have in Tampa.
Tell us about the foundation. What's the money? Where does it go to, and what's it for?
I'm raising the money up to help all the inner city kids and trying to bring baseball back to the community, try to bring a better foundation of the game, of my knowledge, and all the guys I grew up to play around with, Fred McGriff, Gabriel Sheffield, Fred McGriff, Wade Boxels from my high school and stuff like that. So try to bring that tradition back and bring that parents don't have to like fork up a lot of money just to play for a travel ball team. They can just have comfortability, just to go out there and be parents again. And just go out there and be parents and have the support of the community and all their support of them. Go out there just supporting their kid.
You pitched?
Yeah, actually, it was me and Kyle Schwarber, good buddies of mine. We work out in all season in Tampa, and we with the people that pitching, and they go back home to the schools and say they hit home runs off me and Kyle Schwarber and a bunch of guys I had out there.
Tell me, what was the reaction of the kids?
Oh, it was fun. It was a fun reaction. I had a bunch of kids that were 16 years old, played in the older group with a lot of adults, came in second, so it was really fun. And I had a lot of kids that I coached for the last 9 years, was out there just having fun, and that's the whole point of it.
You're going to do this on an annual basis?
Yeah, we're going to do it every year, raising money, just keep on giving back towards the community. And with that saying, we're just finding out, and we're using the practice field of Cal Ricken, that he built a $1 million facility down in Tampa. So we've been trying to fix that up, put more money into there, and try to just have fun and building the community again.
That's great. It's a great idea. I love playing wiffle ball. I'm going to sneak in someday and just hit one off you.
Yeah, just sneak in. Everybody's more than welcome to come to Tampa and volunteer or go out there, donate money towards the inner city, and hopefully I can make this big enough and bring it into Baltimore.
There you go. Bring it to Baltimore for sure. I mean, wiffle ball brings back so many memories, especially right here at Fenway Park, because myself as a kid up at Maine had a wiffle ball park, of course, in the backyard, and the fern trees were the green monster, the fir trees. So, yeah, everybody grew up playing wiffle ball. And Michael Givens, he's such a great young man and done so much, obviously, for the Orioles, but to give back to his own community right in his backyard, helping those inner city kids out is something special.
It's great that he has the foundation that helps those kids, and that's where the money goes from the wiffle ball tournament. So congratulations to Michael Givens for a great job and now an annual event. Well, it's not a pleasant evening here in Boston. Our game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. It is cool. It is 51 degrees, but there isn't any wind right now, and that is a saving factor. See that humidity at 99%. Rain showers are in the forecast for the rest of the night. That's why they want to get this game started on time and hopefully be able to play through the drizzle. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Southwest brings you the lineup. Mancini, Jones, and Machado. Scope, Davis, and Trumbo. Alvarez in as the DH. Orioles finally get to see a right-hander. So Jace Peterson also in. He'll play third. Chance Sisco back in behind the plate against Porcello. Mark Trumbo has some big numbers.
And let's take a look at Rick Porcello's pitch arsenal this season. He's got them all, and he's been mixing them up pretty consistently, but he's featured his two-seamer a little bit more, getting that ball back on the ground, getting some good action down around the knees. His ground ball rate back up to about 48%, well above the league average for Porcello, but he likes to mix up the rest of his arsenal as well. He's off to a real good start, but just recently he's had some problems. He's given up 5 runs in back-to-back ball games. And you see the numbers right here. He got off to an incredible start. 5 wins. His 1 loss suffered just in his last start. The very low earned run average of 3.28. Opponents hitting just 229. There's that ground ball percentage of 49%. I mean, a perfect number for Porcello. Only the 4 home runs given up on the year, and that tells you the two-seam are working. But his last start, he gave up 2. So maybe he's in that little dead arm stage like Dylan Bundy had for a few ball games.
He has been, of course, a star in Detroit and then here in Boston. He won the Cy Young Award in 2016 with the Red Sox. In his first season here, he went 22-4 with a 3.15 ERA. He's a workhorse. He is the only American League pitcher who's gone 150 or more innings in each of the last 9 years. He goes deep into games. He threw 203 innings last year. He is up to 57 2/3 in the 9 game starts he has had this year. And against the Orioles, they've touched him up. 4-11 is his record against the O's.
Yeah, there's some Orioles with some pretty impressive numbers against Porcello, especially since coming over here to pitch for the Red Sox. I mean, Chris Davis has gotten him 4 times, Trumbo 4 times as well. So it's going to be a test here. Orioles offense picking it up again in last night's ball game. Should be a pretty good game tonight.
So misty cloud cover over the city of Boston. There'll be a little light drizzle coming down off and on. The field will be wet. And the first pitch taken for a strike. Trey Mancini leading it off for the Orioles. Trey coming in with a 259 average. Bit of a struggle at the plate. He is 0 for his last 12. Mancini will take one up that'll get your attention in a hurry. And a 1-ball 1-strike count. Porcello's 29 years old. Does not walk people. He has the best, 3rd best walks per 9 inning ratio in the American League. Breaking ball will miss outside. And a 2-ball 1-strike count. And as you can see, he works in a hurry.
Yeah, he's working fast. But those are that number there, 4 starts versus the O's at Fenway, and 0-4 with a 5.70. Not much luck here at Fenway Park.
That one may have hit him on the way by. It's a base hit. Kind of went between, it looked like between the glove and his body on that one as he tried to hone it in, bring it in towards him, but the ball was hit too hard. Trey gets out of the over.
Yeah, finding a hole, but right through Porcello. Yeah, just evading that glove. Porcello picking up a base hit, and there ends that little mini slump that Mancini was in.
Orioles, of course, getting on the board in the ball game last night in the first inning, jumping out to that lead, and that mattered. They were able to hang on to it. They would love to be able to do that again in the ball game tonight. Here is Adam Jones in the number 2 spot. You see the 2 for 9 he has had in the series. Adam is a little over 200 against Porcello lifetime with 3 home runs off the right-hander. Devers will play in at 3rd base. Popped up first base side. Ramirez right on the chalk. Foul territory and puts it away.
Well, we talked a little bit about Porcello's numbers this season, but since 2015, when he actually signed with the Red Sox, the Orioles have been able to get to him. How about 1-6 with a 5.46 earned run average? Lofty batting average for the Orioles, a slugging percentage up. And how about the home runs per 9? Giving up 2 home runs per 9 innings. I talked about Davis and Trumbull with 4 home runs each. Jones has 3 and Machado a couple as well.
Both of these teams have opposing lineups that have hit a lot of home runs off the starting pitchers. Dylan Bundy's given up a number of home runs to the starting lineup for Boston. As Mike said, the Orioles have done that against Porcello. We'll see whether or not that turns into a home run derby tonight. Having given you all those numbers, we can almost guarantee the final score will be 1-0. That one is down the right field side and will end up in the seats. Here's Manny.
Yeah, last season versus Porcello, he dominated, a 4 for 9 with a couple home runs, a 3 RBI. Everything Porcello was flipping in there. Machado was squaring up. Big home runs.
333 lifetime average against Porcello, and a couple of home runs off him. Manny with a runner on at first base and 1 away, and a good pitch down and in to him. Gets the strike and it goes to 0-2. Well, Manny is 2nd in average, tied for 1st in home runs with Mookie Betts. He leads the league in RBIs, 4 ahead of Martinez. In the hit department, Manny comes in tied with Betts. Both of them have 59 hits. JD Martinez 1 hit behind them, and on it goes for Manny with some great numbers. Another high brushback pitch leans him away and a 1-2 count.
Wow, stood Manny Machado up, stood Mancini up with the 4-seam fastball, just trying to get him a little bit uncomfortable veteran pitcher. He's been around a number of years now, so he understands. He looks at an offense, what he might have to do, and I think a lot of times, making hitters feel uncomfortable is the way to go about it.
He has hit 3 batters in the 9 starts he's had this year. 1-2 count. Trey Mancini at first. Shift on in the infield against the Orioles shortstop. And that's going to go to short on the fly. No play at first. So Bogart's able to haul that one in. That was right into the glove.
Yeah. Man, he gets off balance. He's hitting a bullet. Take a look at the Red Sox defense behind Porcello, Benintendi, Bradley Jr., and Betts in the Fenway Park outfield. Bogarts and Nunez turning 2 up the middle. Devers and Ramirez once again on the corners, and Leone doing the catching tonight.
Red Sox are ranked 5th in fielding percentage in the American League coming into today's play. And here's Jonathan. Scope 2 for 7, a home run and an RBI, and a couple of runs scored so far in the first 2 games of this series. Runner at first now with 2 away. Porcello coming in at 91. Will miss inside a little bit. The count will go to 1-0. Bill Welke is the crew chief. He's working the plate tonight. That strike zone tends to be a little on the small side when the veteran umpires behind the plate. Hitters kind of like it. The pitchers have to work a little bit harder to get strikes with Bill behind the plate. 1-0 delivery on the way. That'll miss down low, and the count 2-0.
Well, Porcello and Dylan Bundy, their games really start on the edges and work that ball off. So they got to be on their game and hope that the both offenses a little over aggressive. You don't want to keep them on the plate to these offenses because they're both clicking pretty well.
Count on Scope 2-0. Mancini being held at first base. And Jonathan will take the pitch. It is in their first strike. Now the Red Sox had not done a lot of shifting through the first 2 games against the Orioles except for Chris Davis. Tonight though they've moved people around again. Now it's not a complete shift, but you see Nunez is almost behind second base, and they had a complete shift on against Manny Machado, which we hadn't seen early on in most of his at bats in the first 2 games. 2-1 delivery, and that one is going to miss. Very patient at the plate. The count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on Jonathan.
Yeah, I think the shifting has gotten so specific now. Obviously, you can do it on each individual pitcher, and probably Porcello, the rate of ground balls is probably everything on the left side with the righties, with that sinker now coming more into play.
3-1. Mancini won't be going anywhere at first base. Jonathan a chopper. Porcello's got it. He'll make the play over to Ramirez. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Dylan Bundy after win number 4 when we come back. Like to make it 2 in a row here tonight. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Red Sox tonight. Betts, Benintendi, and Ramirez. Martinez, Bogarts, Devers, Nunez, Leone, and Jackie Bradley Jr. Xander Bogaerts has had some of the better numbers in this lineup against Dylan Bundy.
Yeah, let's take a look at Dylan Bundy's pitch arsenal. Got the good 4-seam fastball that he has found the command again. A 3-start stretch where he lost it for sure, but the slider came up big in his last start. 7 punch outs for Dylan Bundy to get himself right back on track, and it's a devastating slider playing it off that heater. Can't pick it up until the very end, and that's when it makes its move down and away from the right-handed hitter. See the numbers on the year for Bundy, a little bit elevated only because of that 3-game stretch where, man, he gave up some runs, home runs.
And Mookie Betts, the league leader, major league leader in just about everything, stands in to open it up. Betts has had another big series against the Orioles. 6 for 9, a home run, 3 stolen bases. Pitch on the way to him, and that'll be fouled off down the right field side. No play on that one. Betts is the major's leading hitter, an amazing .371 batting average. As we said, he and Manny are tied at 14 for the home run lead. They're both tied in the hit department at 59. He's got the best home batting average in all of baseball at .438. Second best average against right-handed pitchers. Great pitch by Bundy. Got him to go after one away.
Yeah, and there's that beautiful slider we were talking about. Let's take a look at the Nissan pitch track right here. A couple good fastballs at the bottom of the zone, and then he starts that slider off. Looking just like the heater, right across the top of the knees, but no, it's that devastating slider showing itself again.
Dylan gets the strikeout. He's up there among the leaders in the American League. He is 8th in strikeouts per 9 innings coming into this game. That is his 56th strikeout in 48 innings. And he has walked only 17, so he's got a pretty good ratio building up there in the strikeout to walk ratio. Andrew Benintendi in the number 2 spot. Benintendi is a 5 for 19 lifetime against Dylan Bundy. Right-hander's pitch will be taken down low for a ball. Don't blink. Both of these pitchers, when they get the ball back, they want to sign and they want to work.
Yeah, rocking and firing right now. The defense's dream, keeping everybody on their toes.
Pitch on the way by Bundy. The first outing against the Red Sox he had on the 15th of April took a loss in a 3-1 game. He gave up 3 runs, 7 hits, 5 2/3 innings. It was his first start of the year where he did not go at least 6. So his record now against the Red Sox lifetime is 3-5. Benintendi will take the heater inside.
And Dylan Bundy in his last start got the fastball command back. He had lost it for a couple games, gave up 9 home runs actually in 3 ball games. But in his last start, he made sure that he executed his fastball, didn't leave anything on the dish, actually pushed his fastball in off the plate, brushing hitters back.
He will surrender a walk here with one away. Let's take a look at our AT&T achieving more.
Yeah, talking about that start here, Dylan Bundy, a excellent start, 7 strong innings, only the 2 hits to the Tampa Bay Rays. He did have 7 punch-outs. Now the 3 starts prior, he had 8 strikeouts, all 3 of those combined. Yeah, he did have the 4 walks, and that's because he was being careful with the heater, working in off the plate. He made some adjustments, and it was more or less just to try to extend a little bit more. We saw the velocity pick up on his fastball that last start. He was 93, 94. Good to start this ball game, so staying with those adjustments and finishing out in front.
He'll keep an eye on the base runner at first. Ramirez will foul it off. That got a piece of Cisco on the way by. Benintendi is 7 for 7 in stealing bases. He's on at first.
Fastball fouled right back, catching a piece of Cisco. You see it every night. Catcher's taking it 1 or 2 times right off the lips. Man.
Ramirez hitting at .278, 6 homers, 29 RBIs for him. And that one right up top in the top of that cage, the old catcher's cage used. Benintendi half a step more at first base. Fog settling in here. And he'll throw over to keep these runners close. The Red Sox, of course, 5 for 5 in game 1 in stolen bases. You see how that fog has moved in. You can just barely see the buildings downtown. They're not more than a mile away in downtown Boston. 0-1 count. Runner goes. Benintendi on a straight steal. Throw down. Not in time. So Benintendi's 8 for 8.
Well, good try there by Cisco. Take a look. Benintendi, he knows how to steal bags, and a quick glance back in, the head first slide, heading towards the back of the base. Cisco gets it off pretty quick, and it's all about the quick feet and the quick release. And Scope taking it up the line makes it a little closer than we think. Jonathan's so good and moving on those throws that sail towards first base.
Cisco has led American League catchers in throwing out base stealers. He's now 9 out of 19, a very high number. So Ramirez gets an RBI chance now with only 1 away. Hanley a ground ball to third. That is foul. Just missed going over the bag. And Peterson getting the start at third, making sure to play that, because that was too close to let just dribble by.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can't take really anything for granted in this game. And Peterson, who hasn't had many starts over there at third base, making sure on that one.
And a good job for the Orioles as they continue rotating people in and out of third. Tim Beckham out, and no idea when he will be back. Ramirez 4 for 21 with a home run, lifetime off the Oriole right-hander. Runner off second base. What a swing that was down the line. He double clutched. There's the play on the steal.
Yeah, you see how Jonathan Schoop actually stepping up in front of second base, taking that throw that's leaking up towards first base. And take a look here. Oh, the foul ball, backing it up. That's a two-strike protect me swing. Fooled on the slider for sure.
This is as hard as it has rained for a while this afternoon right now. A two-strike count. Ramirez, pretty big lead at second base. Benintendi, he will foul that one straight back. Red Sox, a number of players with runners in scoring position. They are the best in the league at 296. And for Ramirez on the year, he's helped them get there. He's hitting 360 in these situations. They've got Benintendi at 350, Betts at 360, Bogarts at 371, Martinez at 357, and Moreland at 357. Those are unbelievable numbers with runners in scoring position. That one he had right off the end of the bat, popped up, angle towards the side will be Manning, and he's got it, and the runner will stay at second base. Ramirez retired.
A nice play right there by Manny Machado, really taking charge here. This Fenway Park is so tough to play. Look at the rest of the Oriole defense. Mancini, Jones, and Trumbo roaming the outfield here at Fenway. Machado, you saw him make that nice play, joined by his partner Jonathan Schoop, Peterson, and Davis on the corners, and Chance Cisco doing the catching tonight.
Manny having a great series against the Red Sox. He and Betts, two leaders in virtually every category offensively, have done battle toe to toe, at bat for at bat in this series, first two games. There are two down now, and here's JD Martinez, 5-game hit streak for him. He continues to put big numbers up against the Orioles. Pitch is taken for a strike. He has a 3 for 8 here in the series. He has a couple of RBIs, a run scored, and has hit a home run. And this is going to be a tough night for everybody out there on the field. I mean, it was wet already, and now it's raining, and they are not going to want to stop this game because it's supposed to rain all night. They'll let it go as long as they can. Here's the 0-1 delivery that will come inside for a ball from Dillon. It's gotten foggier even since we started. That's downtown Boston that you don't see.
Yeah, that pop-up down the left field line, Manny Machado, when he went back to his position, was reminding Schoop and Davis, point out the fly balls. He's pointing up in the sky. Tough to see right now.
Got him to chase a great breaking ball down and away. That one was in the dirt by the time it got to the catcher's mitt. And a 1-ball 2-strike count from Dillon. Be some jersey changing going on in this game. So Bundy with a runner at second, trying to leave him right there. He's done a great job. Runners in scoring position. Average against Dylan Bundy is .211. That's 55 points lower than the average. A look to second, 1-2 delivery on the way, and that little late swing on that one too and fouled off.
Yeah, Bundy's slider working a little bit like a changeup right there, trying to gear up to get to the Bundy fastball that's getting on these hitters right now. 94, 93, 94. So getting Martinez out in front a little bit on the slower slider.
Martinez has reached base now in 22 consecutive ball games. Last night a couple of doubles, his 19th multi-hit game of the year, third in the majors in that department. Trying to get the bat dried off a little bit, and also with the water coming off the beak of the helmet. 1-2. Benintendi at second base. Orioles are letting him walk as big a lead as he wants here. They want the hitter. Bundy with a 1-2 delivery. Howard foul. Again, a little late upstairs.
Yeah, tried to sneak that fastball in there, stayed on the plate a little bit, but the good velocity kind of beating Martinez a little bit. He always stays inside the baseball. We talk about him targeting right center field, big time power the other way, and he hasn't pulled many balls here at Fenway Park. Right there, a little tardy on 94.
First inning for Dillon has been the bugaboo all year. He's given up 12 first inning runs. Trying to avoid it right here. First inning ERA of 13.5. He, like many of the Orioles starters, many starters in general, trying to get through that first inning is always tough. And the Red Sox hitters aren't making it easier here as they are fouling off some pitches. But he only needs one more out, and that'll hold. Benintendi at second.
Finish one of those sliders down and away might be the pitch to do the job.
1-2. And JD again will step out. Martinez has only faced Bundy 3 times. 1 hit, 1 for 3, a home run. We get to see the 7th pitch of this at bat. 1-2 delivery, a breaking ball. It fooled him, but the pitch was up and in, not close.
Boy, it sure did. Coming out of his hand now. That's the curveball, not that slider. And man, if he hadn't just pulled off it a little bit, that would have dropped down in for strike 3. But, just lost it arm side.
Martinez just 1 shy of the league leaders in home runs with 13. 2-2 delivery on the way. He'll take that breaking ball outside. So JD Martinez able to work the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. With Benintendi out there at second after getting the walk with 1 away and stealing a base, trying to keep it alive for Bogaerts, who's waiting on deck. 3-2. Bundy really slowing it down because you know Martinez doesn't like this. Martinez trying to keep the bat dry, and he walked it. So 2 walks will keep it alive.
A little extra careful right there with Martinez, and wise decision trying to work the edges of the open base. Manny in there to make sure they're on the same page with the signs.
This will be a visit to the mound, one of the 6 the Orioles get. And with runners at first and second, it'll bring Bogaerts to the plate. Bogaerts comes in with a 4-game hit streak. Benintendi the lead runner. Martinez on at first. Xander Bogaerts has been on a tear. 3 for 9 in the series. 3 RBIs, couple of runs scored, upping his average to 308. He is 7 for 22 off Dylan Bundy with a home run. So early on in this ball game, a big at bat. Kind of game where anytime you get runners on, it's a big at bat because you're not sure how long this game's going to go.
Yeah, that's
and
for sure.
you kind of got to make every opportunity count. The Red Sox went 4 for 13 with runners in scoring position last night. 4 for 8 in the first game, so 8 for 21 in the first 2. And a breaking ball that's going to miss down low, evens it up at 1-1.
Yeah, and you got to believe be a lot of sending as well. Balls get into the outfield. Ball's going to be a little bit more wet, and really put some pressure on the defense with the wet balls, wet grass.
Yeah, it hasn't rained this hard all day. This is as hard as we've seen the rain. It's been a drizzle all day, but it is raining now. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 2 away. And that will be foul back and out of play. Bogaerts going after 1 at 82 on the pitch, 1-2.
Pretty good slider, locating it on that outside corner. His best pitch. Just needs a little more finish right there.
He's another one of the Red Sox taking advantage of Fenway. He's hit 346 in the 13 games he has played here in this ballpark this year. 1-2 count. Bundy looking for that final out. Runners on first and second. Bogaerts lets it go. He's got good movement on that pitch. It's tantalizing. A couple of the hitters already have had to lay off.
Yeah, that's a real good one right there. One of his better ones getting ahead. A nice group of pitches down and away, and then starts that one right where the other 3 ended up, but that one busting just off the outside corner. Nice take by Bogaerts.
2-2. Bundy with the delivery on the way, and that one's going to be fouled back as well. Well, one thing the Red Sox have done, they've worked the pitch count. He's up to 28, so it's really double what he would like to have had here in the first inning.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they are making him work. Dillon's making some good pitches. The Red Sox spoiling right now. Dylan's got to keep his focus. He just can't give in.
Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bundy with the runners on, slowing the pace down. 2-2 delivery on the way, and he got one up and he went after it. So Bundy, a couple of walks and a couple of strikeouts here in the inning. No runs, no hits, and a couple left on base after 1 no score. Our East Winds page. The A's over the Blue Jays today 5-4. Pinder Oakland, first career grand slam in the 8th inning. Jays that had a lead throughout almost the entire game. A's are now 8-2 in 1-run games this year, the best in the majors. Sergio Romo is going to start tonight in Anaheim for Tampa Bay. 588 games out of the bullpen, his first start ever, and he will be the first pitcher 30 or older to start for the Jays since Eric Bedard in 2014 for the Rays. 603 game span since they have started somebody 30 or older.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable.
Yeah, they're on a youth movement there, just pushing pitchers through. Yeah, and before they got to 30, they trade them.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Kevin Cash, their manager, has never started a pitcher in his young career managing there that's been over 30.
Wow.
You'll see it tonight. Romo's only going to pitch, they think, 2 innings. And it's one of their bullpen games. Strike taken on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Chris Davis. There's the shift. Nunez way out there. Chris a 1 for 8 so far in the 2 games. As Mike said, though, he's put up some big numbers against Porcello. 4 home runs and came into the ball game with the 227 average. He gets him.
Well, Davis just got a plus slider in here. Take a look, starting on the plate, then biting hard down and in on Chris Davis. Davis thinking the 2 seamers coming, but it keeps chasing him, swinging over the top.
So Porcello gets his first strikeout. Chris goes back. Here is Mark Trumbo. Trumbo getting back into the swing of things, coming off the DL, a 1 for 8, couple of RBIs. He got 1 on a ground ball, 1 on a hit game last night. Breaking ball will stay up high. Trumbo's not only had the 4 home runs against Porcello, but he has a big 294 batting average against him. There's a slower off-speed breaking ball and a 1 ball 1 strike count.
Yeah, he has the full 4-pitch mix, and he's starting to feature it right now. Get everybody thinking. It's not just going to be the 2-seam fastball slider combination. He's got a curve, a 4-seamer. He's busted guys back up and in. A change up. He's got them all.
He's got Sandy Leon behind the plate. Red Sox rave about him behind the plate, figuring out what a pitcher's got in the course of a game, as all the good catchers do, and then working it in. He wanted that a little further outside. It caught a lot of the plate.
Boy, unbelievable movement right there on the 2-seam fastball. Worked about a foot back onto the plate.
Leon will wait for Trumbo to get back in here in the 1 ball 2 strike count. See what he wants from him here. Watch the setup. In and low. Came up a little bit. Did he go? Whoa! Nick Lentz, the first base umpire, said he went around. I didn't think he moved the bat very much.
Take a look. A little two-seamer. Ah, the wrist kind of gave way there. Bat head came out front.
Yeah, a little flip. Don't doubt the umpires.
There you go.
So 2 strikeouts for Porcello.
How does he see that? It's incredible.
That's why they're there and we're here.
Yeah.
And why Buck will go back and look at the video after the game and go, he did.
Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. He did go around. Mark can't believe it. 2 down. So with the right-hander pitching, Alvarez finally gets a chance to get back into the lineup for the Orioles. The designated hitter in the ball game. Alvarez with a 1 for 6 off Porcello. And the pitch will be away. Alvarez, it seems like he just gets the bat going and the lefty's coming. He has to sit for 2 or 3 games.
Right.
Maybe get a pinch hit opportunity. When he's played regularly, he's hit the ball pretty well.
Yeah, and he's had some serious downtime because Orioles had an off day, then there was a rain out, and then, you know, lefties came. So, yeah, it's been a while since Pedro's had some consistent ABs.
When he hits home runs, 7 of them. And he will take the pitch inside for a ball. Good eye on it. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. He's only had 83 at bats. The Oriole regulars now are up between the 160, 180 mark in at bats on the year. 3-1 pitch to him, and he'll walk him. Good eye. Well, the Orioles get a base runner on with 2 down. Maryland Lottery contestant of the game is William Durner from Huntington Town. 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Richard Scratch Offs, win up to 50,000, or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/home run, and William, good luck. Both these teams have been hitting some home runs.
Well, that little stat right there. First walk allowed this season here at Fenway for Porcello. Pretty impressive. 29 2/3 innings of work.
Pretty amazing, and only the 9th walk that he has surrendered on the year. So a runner on at first base, and Jace Peterson. First appearance here in the series. He is 0 for 5 lifetime against Porcello. And the off-speed delivery is called strike at the letter area, and it'll go to 1-1.
Change right there. Good arm speed.
Very short lead at first. Alvarez not going anywhere. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled back. 92 miles an hour. And a little late on the heat, and a 1 ball 2 strike count. Porcello's one of those pitchers who it's by the book, if you will. He needs first strikes. Get a first strike, hitters a 178. That's a great number. If the first pitch is a ball, it jumps up to 260 against Porcello. 1-2 the count here. Outside corner, got it. So Porcello picks up his 3rd strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. No score. Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces veterans and their families for over 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA and by DynCorp International. We serve today for a better tomorrow. It was created in 1949, Armed Forces Day, honoring Americans serving in the 5 military branches, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard. We thank all past and current members of the armed forces for their work and dedication in protecting the U.S. of A. No score in this one as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Rafael Devers goes after the first pitch, cranks it in the rain. Adam Jones has it, pitch in and out here in the second inning. Well, the Birds are going to host the Nationals May 28 through 30. They kick off summer with a special 105 Memorial Day matchup. All fans will receive an Orioles Memorial Day t-shirt. Plus, on Wednesday, the first 20,000 fans 15 and over get the Orioles cooler backpack presented by Visit Sarasota. Tickets at Orioles.com.
Man, I can't wait for summer to come. This is ridiculous. The winter's never ending around here.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, it's like they had 90-degree weather here in Boston last week for a couple of days, and then it went right back into late fall.
Yeah, well, I asked somebody, did I miss summer? Yeah, you missed it.
That's how you had to come prepared for this one tonight. There's Nunez. He goes after it to the gap left center field. That's going to fall in. It'll take a hop, go off the 10. Nunez on his way to second base. He'll go in with a stand-up double. Nunez now's got 3 hits and 5 at-bats here in the 3-game set.
Yeah, a couple hits in last night's ball game. Gets him right back in the lineup tonight, and he hammers a Bundy offering, smoking it in that left center field gap. 1 hop in the Green Monster. And Jones getting it back in, but a little too late as Nunez walks into second base.
So the Red Sox get their second runner to second base. No comment. Runner on with hit number 1 for the Red Sox. Here is Leon, who has a 2 for 4. He shows bunt. He had Peterson way back, and this is what we were talking about now. On a night like this, you're going to play for just a run here.
Why not?
Early,
right?
So you can get something in.
Put some pressure on the D. Leon needs some hits, so he's finding any opportunity he can.
Leon waiting on it. Bundy's delivery is a strike. Leon's gone 3 for 10 with a homer off the Orioles starter. Batting just 196 on the year. This Red Sox lineup, for all its potency, when you get down towards the bottom here, you've got some guys who have very low averages. And for pitchers, that's what you got to go after and try not to turn that lineup over. Off-speed delivery strike on the outside corner. It's 74 miles an hour.
Yeah, I like that. The slow breaking ball there. Really getting him off balance. Leon out in front and just gave up on that pitch, but enough bite, catch the outer edge.
Red Sox are already 0 for 2 in these situations. Manny Machado standing right behind the base runner, not letting Nunez get a lead. And that ball in the air down the line right field towards that pesky pole. It's going to be in fair territory. Runner tagging. Catch made Trumbo. Throw will come into the cutoff man. Nunez will move up to third base, but does so with 2 down. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game. So Bundy again will work to try and end an inning with this time a runner. First inning, couple of runners on. And he'll do it against Jackie Bradley Jr. And we've talked about the struggles center fielders undergoing with that 164 average. Past years he's hit well against Bundy, 6 for 20 with a home run. Those kind of numbers against just about everybody have not held up so far this year.
Yeah, right. Kind of tell why on that swing at the first fastball. And typically you're going to be aggressive early. You're going to try to catch that out in front. But that fastball got all over him, so he's been a little in between.
That one's going to be foul tipped. Orioles had Peterson playing in with a 1 strike count in case he wanted to lay a bunt down.
Another good fastball. Bradley Jr. has been tardy here in this series, 0 for 5. And you see it skipping off the glove and catching a piece of Bill Welke, and then drop it back down and hit Cisco. Everybody checking on each other.
So they're even up at 1-1. 0-2 delivery, foul tipped into the mid. He got him. That's the way you go after a hitter, is hitting 164. Runner left on at third, no score. Heroes. How about this one? In the family. For Alex Cobb, his brother, it's R.J. Cobb Jr., U.S. Army Commander, 4th Brigade, 101st Airborne. Purple Heart recipient for service in Iraq. Our hats off to Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. I was talking with Alex earlier today. He was telling me a little bit about his brother, older brother by 4 years. And actually, Alex was born here in Boston, so his brother as well lives up in New Hampshire and came down the first 2 ball games here and actually saw Alex win his first game as an Oriole. So pretty good stuff right there, and he is so proud of his brother for sure.
That's great. That's good stuff. Porcello, there are the numbers through the first 2 innings. Orioles bat here in the third. Chance Cisco at 227. Couple of home runs. And Cisco will take the pitch away. Top of the order, Trey Mancini and then Jones will follow for the Orioles. Rain has let up a little bit, put some of the drying agent out. Grounds crew did. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Porcello, 123 wins and 100 losses. That's his lifetime record. That one in the air. That's going to go to the corner in right field. Boogie Betts is going to chase it down. Takes a hop up and over. It'll be a ground rule double in the Orioles. The leadoff man on here in the third.
Nice swing by Chance Cisco. Boy, has he been able to get to that fastball in the inside corner lately. And they're hooking one down the right field line, bouncing up into the stands just on the other side of the pesky pole. Take a look right here. That short wall, about 5 feet tall, jumps over. Take a look. Actually, a little cutter on that inside corner. Man, oh man, does he get the bat head there quick.
So real good chance now with the runner on at second base and nobody out. 6-2 bagger of the year. Trey Mancini, base hit his first time up. Trey has hit just 125 with runners in scoring position so far this year. That's a couple hundred points down from where he was last year in these situations for the Orioles. Mancini will take that one for a strike. He's only had 3 at bats against Porcello, and he's had 2 hits, 2 for 3 off him.
All right, here Porcello kind of crisscrossing that outside corner with the 2-seam fastball and the slider. And just gotta hope you see, able to see the little spin.
Pitch on the way, that one up at 91. Porcello is much closer to the average than Bundy in these situations. Opponents hitting 265 with runners in scoring position, right around the major league average for pitchers this year. 1-2. Pretty much straight up D. Pitch to him's there. And that was a good delivery.
Boy, he's getting some good action on that 2-seam fastball. Really bringing it back on that glove side. Catching a big part of the plate. I mean, Trey Mancini giving up early. Catcher Leon setting up a good 3 or 4 inches off the edge. And that ball working back over and catching the full outer third.
It's 4 strikeouts. Picked up already by Porcello in the ball game. Here's Adam Jones, popped out his first time up. Taking a look back at second base. Nunez, the second baseman, will hold the runner Cisco, and that will be foul back. For Adam this year in these situations, he's hitting only $190, and a couple of 100 points lower for him than it was last year with runners in scoring position. He'll pick up, but Adam would certainly like to have that a little higher than it is right now. Francisco getting the lead at second.
A lot of those low numbers, big reason why the offensive downturn in April.
That's going to go in the hole. Cisco had to hold up a bit. He'll stop at third base. Adams on with a base hit. So the Orioles cover the corners here with only 1 away as Jones gets the single.
A couple base hits in this series through that 5-6 hole. Yeah, take a look. Like another two-seam fastball. Adam able to catch it out front. 104 miles an hour off the bat. And the greasy grass helps it shoot right through.
So now the Orioles get to the plate, the man they want there in these situations. That, of course, is Manny Machado. No score in the ball game. Red Sox defense checking in the dugout to see how Cora wants this played. And they're going to stay, at least for the moment, halfway. They're still talking about it. Bogarts and Nunez out there by second, as they will have a shift on. The entire right side is available for Manny. 5 Big Mac trucks could go through there and never touch a thing.
Right.
Only 1 away. Ball is going to be foul back. Manny spectacular in so many categories, none better than this one. He is hitting .500 with runners in scoring position. I don't care what time of season it is. Once you're by a week, if you're up at that kind of number, you are getting some big hits.
Yeah, you're good. You're good with 500 batting average.
0-1 delivery on the way, and he will take a breaking ball outside. There you see the lineup, and you can guess what they were talking about there is who's covering second, making sure. I mean, it's Nunez.
See the hits by direction there. Manny really good, using the whole field, really targeting center.
And he will foul that one back. Came up on him that time. 1-2.
Now with 2 strikes. One thing that Manny's been so good at is actually using right field in this situation. Pitchers try to get him out away with the slider, and he's so patient at backing the ball up and just shooting it over there. Great opportunity to get the Orioles on the board right here. Oh, Manny's thinking about that right side with the 2 strikes.
He's had 15 RBIs in the last 8 games and 25 in the last 20. 1-2 pitch on the way. Buried that one down low. And he saw it all the way, had no reaction to it at all. Good stop made by Leon. Oh, Machado, 2-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles trying to get the lead here in the top of the 3rd inning. Porcello trying to get a ground ball and turn 2. Adam Jones lead at first, inside.
You know, Manny Machado's been doing so many good things offensively through the first 44 games. Manny Machado leading in multi-RBI games at 14, and he's ahead of some of the greatest Oriole hitters of all time. Mike Bordick on that list, of course. Frank Robinson and Brooke Robinson. I'm saying that.
Well, he's ahead of Bordick. I mean, anybody ahead of Bordick. And the pitch is outside. He walked it.
That's a pretty smart decision right there. I'm surprised teams haven't started doing that to Manny Machado earlier. He's so locked in.
And that will load the bases. And that will bring up Jonathan Schoop. So, see what the Orioles can do with this. Porcello hadn't walked anybody here at Fenway coming into the ball game all year. Has now walked 2. And Schoop gets the opportunity, grounded out his first time up. Infield will play at normal double play depth. Cisco the lead runner, double. Jones a single. Machado the walk. And the pitch, a towering fly ball to left. It'll be on the warning track. Comes back a bit, handled by Benintendi. Throw will come into third, and a run will score. So an RBI for Jonathan Schoop on the sac fly deep to left field. And the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Jonathan not wasting any time and gets it plenty deep enough and actually just missing the big fly. But the Orioles making that first mark so important for this team.
Other runners stay at first and second base. Congratulations to Jonathan from his teammates. RBI number 14. 14 RBIs in 25 games. And here's Chris Davis, a strikeout victim his first time up. Runners on at first and second still, 2 down. Porcello will get a foul ball for a strike on that one.
Nice cut right there by Chris Davis on the breaking ball, getting that front foot down. And had good balance when he let the bat head fly. Davis a lot closer than we think, and I know closer than he thinks right now. He's certainly down offensively. See that confidence oozing out of him like we have in the past, but definitely close.
0-1 the count on him. Shift on, way up. Just taking a look at Jones. Leone saw him taking a big lead, so fake the throw down.
Yeah, Adams getting a big secondary out there. Had a great jump on the first swing by Davis.
1 ball, 1 strike count to him. And that'll just miss. Porcello thought he had a strike on that. Doesn't get the call. He looks in.
Yeah, you're facing these dangerous hitters. You want every strike. The close ones. That little two-seamer looked like it worked back over that inside corner.
Jackie Bradley Jr. is a little bit shallow in center. A couple of steps in on Davis. Chris hit one out into the well area. This time he throws through. Jones gets back in. I mean, that's a good job by Adam. Force the throw. I mean, that's a tough throw for a catcher. Goes into the outfield. You get a base.
Absolutely. Take a look at Adam Jones. Good secondary lead, and on the swing he gets it going, heading towards third base, and of course with 2 outs, that's the thinking you have to have. You got to try to be careful not to cross your feet over, though. And Adam got completely turned towards third, and that's what made it so close out there at second.
Jones and Machado with the base runners. Orioles up with a run in. Chris Davis waiting on a 2-2 and gets it. That's 5 strikeouts picked up by Porcello, but the Orioles will pick up the run on a couple of hits, leave 2 on base. 1-0 O's. This is from MLB.com. Keep shifting, he says. Opposing teams shifting 70% of the time against the Braves. Freddie Freeman is having a great year. His .433 weighted on base average against the shift means he is humiliating the shift. Last year, Freeman had a .425 weighted on base against it, and that's 40 points better than he does when there's no shift at all. So for some, the shift for hitters doesn't work.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, Chris Davis having a hard time beating that shift. Continues to hit bullets into it, but Freeman, of course, loves it when they shift on him. Uses the whole field.
Pitch will be taken for a strike. Mookie Betts, strikeout victim his first time up, now 6 for 23 off Bundy with 2 home runs. He will take the pitch. Held a bit that time by Cisco, trying to get a call for Bundy, but no dice on that. And Betts evens it up at a ball and a strike. Another breaking ball, and that one also is going to miss outside. Count will go to 2-1. Dylan Bundy obviously being very careful. League's leading hitter, major league leading hitter, and tied for the home run lead. Comes inside to him that time, working inside out, and the count goes to 3-1.
Yeah, you got to be dangerous. Make mistakes on that inside corner. Alex Cobb, a couple perfect pitches on the inner edge yesterday's ball game, and he still whipped them out of there.
He goes after that one. That off the end of the bats carries to the warning track, but it'll be hauled in by Trey Mancini. So they get him on the first 2 times up. Well, 25 years ago, Smalls, Benny the Jet, Ham, and the gang from The Sandlot hit theaters. You can relive this baseball classic at Oriole Park. The Sandlot movie nights coming up on June 2. All fans are welcome to watch the movie post-game. Special ticket packages available, and a Sandlot T-shirt. Ticket packages at Orioles.com/The Sandlot. Breaking ball in there. Nope, missed inside. Benintendi had a walk, ended up being stranded at second base. Red Sox have already stranded 3, 2 in scoring position through the first 2 innings. Bundy with a 1-0 pitch. Boston comes in leading the majors in so many offensive categories. And, home runs. They were last in the American League last year. They're second in the majors now. An amazing turnaround in the power department for this ball club. Way ahead of the best pace that the Red Sox have had in their franchise history for them. That's going to be on the outside corner for a strike. Bundy fine-tuning that one. 2-2.
Making some real good pitches right now to Benintendi. Nice change up, actually mixing up throughout this AB. Showing him everything he's got.
See what he goes to on a 2-2. He'll be outside. The Red Sox home run rate coming into this ball game is the best since 1977. It's the only year where the club had this many home runs with this number of games into the year. 62 of them hit so far. And a little chopper. He had to really come down on that one. Scope, the hustle, the flip, and gets the out on a speedy Benintendi.
Boy, that's a nice play by Jonathan Scope, the big man, playing like a little second baseman right there. Bobby Dickerson tells these guys all the time, you know, Scope and Machado like 6'2", 6'3". You got to play like a little guy, and Scope does. Getting a great first step on the little chopper. Benintendi flying down the line, and Scope showing the touch as well.
So Bundy with a chance for a clean inning here. Ramirez popped out his first time to the plate. 276 number as he stands in, goes after the first pitch. That helps the cause. Plenty of time on this one. Scope gets it in a 1-2-3 inning. Bundy sets him down on just 7 pitches. And the Orioles have a 1-0 lead. C. Make today the day. By General Dynamics. Get off the bench and get in the game. Now is your last chance to register for Dynamic Connections 2018. Register today at gddynamicconnections.com. And by Ocean City. No end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. 1-0 lead for the Orioles, batting here in the 4th inning. Trumbo. Orioles a run on 3 hits, no errors, and the Red Sox no runs on 1 hit and no error. Only hit off Dylan Bundy, a double by Nunez in the 2nd inning. Porcello with the 0-1. Trumbo and a breaking ball, really had a reach, bounced up and caught him a bit.
Yeah, I think Trumbo cheating a little bit on the first fastball. Porcello's 2-seamer that he's been riding hard in on the righties. A couple guys to open up that front hip a little too soon. That, of course, opens up the outside corner to the slider. Porcello trying to get Trumbo there.
Porcello has walked a couple and has struck out 5. Working so closely, Trumbo steps out on him, trying to slow it down a little. The 0-2 breaking ball will bounce. Orioles scored first last night and won. They have scored first in this one. They are 7-10 this year when they get the first run in a ball game. We'll see if that holds up for Bucks Club here in this one. In their 4th win on the road against 17 losses last night. 1-2 delivery, a chopper to 3rd. Got to back up. Devers has it. One away. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. One away, 4th inning. Pedro Alvarez. Alvarez drew a walk. First time to the plate.
Yeah, Pedro's been seeing the ball pretty well. One of the tops on the team at seeing pitches, showing the patience, and of course the home run power there. The batting average still down a little bit, but the on-base percentage up over 300, and certainly a dangerous power hitter.
At 14 RBIs, and the batting average this low, getting some pretty good hits, key moments, hitting only 193.
It's not like he's diving around out of control up there. He's got keeping his lower half in check. He picks out a pitch he wants. Boy, he's firing the top handling.
2-0 delivery on the way to him, and a ground ball into the shift. Nunez way out there. Bill Porcello getting a couple of ground ball outs here in the inning. 4th inning of Orioles baseball brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Fog has lifted a little bit, still a light drizzle coming down. Not nearly as hard as it was an inning ago. There's Jake Peterson. Strikeout victim his first time up. He will take the pitch away for a ball. Peterson 2 down, nobody on.
Love to get his speed on the bases with 2 outs.
Porcello does not want to walk him. Moving around for the Orioles in the infield. Versatile player for the O's. He's on the opening day roster last year. Peterson, a lot of major league experience. Spent the year with the Atlanta Braves. 2016, where he played 115 games. Last year with Atlanta, 89 games, hit only .215. He's taking. It's in there for a strike. Out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Jace knows a good gumbo when he tastes it. 3-1 pitch on the way and walked him. So good patience. It's 3 walks surrendered. That's a ton for Porcello. The Orioles take on the Mariners for some afternoon baseball Thursday, June 28, 3:05. Special ticket package available for purchase. Fans 60 and over. Includes a lower level, a club level ticket in the shade, and an Orioles travel umbrella. Ticket packages limited. Umbrellas only available through the special offer. Go to Orioles.com/seniors and get your ticket package today. So would he run Peterson? Number 9 hitter Cisco up. Just pitch away for a ball. Three walks in this ball game. He has done that only once, no, twice before this year. He walked 3 against Toronto, 3 against New York 2 starts ago. But as we said, he'd not walked anybody in home starts. Quick turn throw over.
And take a look, Chance Cisco's double here, hooking it down the right field line, and then up into the stands for the ground rule double. 85 miles an hour off the bat, that gets the nice kick up there in the stands. It's another lousy double, so you think.
Like another one of those. 1-0 delivery and a big cut. His double leading off the third, came around to score and added to this total.
Yeah, most consecutive games with a double, and the Orioles right there 11. A nice little streak for this offense that scuffled through the month of April. But the Tigers 35-game double streak. Are you kidding me?
Wow. 1-1 with a shift on. Cisco trying to keep it alive. Peterson fakes a go, swung on a miss. You saw how quickly Leone came up.
Yeah,
he was up ready to throw before Cisco had finished swinging.
Yeah, he's anticipating Peterson going, and Peterson with the false step, and boom, out comes Leone right into the throwing position.
Leone hasn't thrown anybody out. He's 0 for 6 on base stealing attempts against Porcello. Only 1 for 1 base stealers. 1-2, runner not going, and getting to chase one away. Piling up some strikeouts. 6 in the ball game. The O's on top, 1-0. Baseball Reference runs a ton of numbers comparing current players to players all time. And right now, some pretty nice company for Manny. Through the age of 24, he is 25 now. He most compares, according to Baseball Reference, to the Hall of Famer Ron Santo at the same age. Over the past 5 years, the players he's been compared with most closely have been Adrian Beltre and Santo. And Santo, of course, Chicago Cubs great third baseman, went to the Hall in 2012. 342 home runs, 1331 RBIs, a great Gold Glove player, 9 All-Star games, and 13 triples in 64 to lead the National League. Manny, if you can equate to Ron Santo, or Ron Santo to you, nice company.
Oh my. Yeah, Santo breaking into the big leagues at 20 years old, Beltre 19 years old, and both of them really putting up incredible power numbers, and Manny right there with him. Impressive stuff that Manny Machado is doing and has done at such a young age.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. And 0-1 count on J.D. Martinez. He hit in a much heavier rain his first time up, and he drew a walk. He's got a 5-game hit streak. Bundy's pitch to him, late on it, foul tipped it, but it ended up going into the mitt. So Martinez behind on the count quickly, 0-2 as Bundy comes right at him.
I like like that. When Dylan Bundy's fastball is right, there's a little extra life to it. He glides down the mound, and then it's got that extra pop right in front of the plate.
He went after that, and it is a foul ball. Would not have been a play for Peterson if the ball stayed fair, probably. So Martinez will come back. JD Martinez was surprised, I think. The ball had a chance of even being fair. Well, we talk about the leaders. Unfair to leave Martinez out of it for sure. He is third in average in the league. He is tied for third in home runs with 13, just one behind the leaders. Martinez has put up big numbers. Total bases, he's third. In hits, he's third. It's Manny, Mookie, and Martinez.
Right, exactly.
3 M's.
Yeah, and impressive numbers that all 3 of the guys have put up.
JD steps back in with an 0-2 count. And he'll take it down low. It'll be Bogaerts waiting in the on-deck circle. Orioles on top, picking up the run in the 3rd inning. Leadoff double by Chance Sisco, and he came home in a sac fly with the bases loaded by Jonathan Schoop. Off the fist, Manning. And Martinez is retired. Orioles are going to host these Red Sox on Monday, June 11th through Wednesday, June 13th. And on Tuesday, June 12th, the first 25,000 fans 15 and over receive a Dylan Bundy bobblehead. Go to Orioles.com for tickets. Orioles games here in Boston, kind of all over the place early on this season, then late. End of September, next to the last series.
Yeah.
They're back in Boston. Pitch will be taken for a strike. Xander Bogaerts. 4th inning, bases empty. Bogaerts a strikeout victim his first time up. Wild cut on a breaking pitch that fooled him away.
Yeah, good slider there. Trying to jump on a Bundy fastball, thinking it's on that outside corner, and we saw pitch track showing. Nope, it's a nasty slider. Another good finish on the slider from Bundy.
2 walks, 3 strikeouts for Dylan so far. And another one, same place, same result. No chance in that at bat. Bundy's got his 4th K.
Now it looks just like the fastball coming out of his hand, and it looks like it until the bitter end. Here it is, 93-mile-an-hour fastball. No, it's not. It's the power slider from Bundy showing up again. His last start, he was phenomenal with the slider. And this start, much of the same, making some good pitches.
Well, he's got 2 down. Devers coming to the plate. 3rd baseman. Rafael Devers takes the pitch up high. Only 21 years old. He'll play the entire season. 21, his birthday not until the fall. Last year at 284 in the 58 games he played with Boston. In the air, left field. Will it carry? It is back. And goodbye home run. It just made it into the front row of the monster seats. Devers gets the homer, and the Red Sox get a tie game.
Pretty impressive swing by the young man. 8th home run of the season. He waited on a Bundy changeup. Off about 100 miles an hour, just enough distance. Take a look here. Changeup just elevated a little too much. Able to get the bat head to it, and then back spinning up and over the green monster.
8 home runs and 26 RBIs for the 3rd baseman. So Devers ties it up. Bundy's pitch fouled off, and that really hit Sisco.
Wow.
Took the mask off him. That's twice he's taken some real hard shots on the mask.
Yeah, Bill Welke not taking any time to give him a minute. Right up over the glove, and wow, catches him flush.
Nunez on the foul ball. For Devers, that is the 1st home run he has hit against the Orioles. 300 batting average, but he hadn't had a homer. He's got one now off Dylan Bundy to tie the ball game up. Dylan's now surrendered 11 home runs. He's now up among the top 6 in home runs surrendered in the American League. 0-1 count, Eduardo Nunez. Breaking ball that stays inside to him.
Yeah, unfortunately, when Dylan Bundy went through that dead arm stage, Yeah, 3 games. He gave up 9 home runs in those 3 games. So that really jacked up the home run total.
It went 2, 3, 4 in home runs per game in those 3. 2 in the first, 3 in the second one, and 4 more in the third of those games where he was struggling with velocity way down. Nunez a double his first time up. 1-2 delivery on the way. Reach for one way outside. Tag put on. 5 strikeouts for Bundy. A home run for the Red Sox. Devers gets it, and we're 1 apiece.
To all the men and women out there and their families that have sacrificed so much for us to enjoy everything that we have back home on this Armed Forces Day, and know that we're all with you and supporting you, and God bless. Thank you.
Alex, he showed you his brother, who is a former commander. You see the rain now. It's coming down harder again. Alex getting his first win of the year, first as an Oriole, with a 6 1/3 strong performance in last night's game. That ball in the air to center field. Trey Mancini going after the first pitch. Lucky Bradley Jr. And 1 away.
Well, looked like he got pushed around a little bit out there. Bradley Jr. At the end, making it look very unroutine.
Dave Miller, the grounds chief here, comes out, has been out each half inning, going to Bill Welke, the home plate umpire and crew chief, giving an update on the weather as they try and play through this. Yeah,
still raining.
Bill, it's still raining. Here's Adam Jones. Showed bunt, takes base hit, and he has popped out. Adam now 260 on the year, 7 home runs. Veteran against these Boston Red Sox, foul back. 274, lifetime hitter against Boston, and he's had 28 home runs in his games against the Red Sox.
Adam Jones just coming off an 11-game hit streak. Starting one again last night with a couple hits.
0-2 delivery. Keep the at-bat alive on that one. Adam is playing in his 178th game against the Red Sox. That is number 1, as you might expect, on the Orioles for most games played against Boston. 0-2, 1 down. Porcello's delivery is a breaking ball.
Good take right there by Adam Jones. It's always everybody's susceptible to the hard slider down and away. But Adam staying tall on that, seeing it real good right out of Porcello's hand.
1-2 delivery, and Adam will fight that one off. That was riding in a little bit. Porcello remaining tough here in these Oriole hitters. He retires 70% of leadoff batters. The Orioles have had only one leadoff man on in the game. Major League average this year is 69% of leadoff batters retired by pitchers. 1-2 in the air to right. Betts. 2 fly ball outs. Last Sunday, the Orioles wore special Mother's Day caps. Visit Orioles.com/auctions to bid on these autographed and authenticated game-worn caps. All proceeds benefit the John Fetting Fund for Breast Cancer Prevention at Johns Hopkins. The bidding closes tomorrow at 8. Visit Orioles.com/auction today. Fans bundled up, trying to stay dry and warm. It's not particularly cold. It's 51 degrees. I mean, certainly not warm at game time, but it felt a lot colder last night.
It was wicked cold last night.
Wicked.
It's wicked wet today.
That wind blowing in just go right to your bones. 2 down, and here's Manny Machado. And he's had a walk, and he is lined out. Rain picks up a little bit, lets up a little bit, then picks up again. Porcello shift on behind him in the infield, goes the other way. He's got a base hit. That's where they weren't, and Manny takes advantage of it and gets his 5th hit of this 3-game set. This one with 2 down.
There you go. Good piece of hit by Manny Machado. These are the type of hits here that keep his confidence up. Fastball away at the whole right side to work with, and a hard back up through the middle. Nice clean single there for Machado.
So at least for the moment, Manny's back on top in the league with 60 hits. Mookie Betts with 59. JD Martinez with 58. All here in the ballpark playing. 2 down. Here's Jonathan. Scope, sac fly in the RBI. Grounded out. 2 down. At 90.
Jonathan Scope, of course, spent some time on the disabled list with that oblique strain before the DL. You see the numbers down quite a bit. Of course, that was back when it was the frozen tundra of April. And coming off the DL, all the numbers up for Scope. You see the OPS 835. He's striking out much less, and probably the most important number, the Orioles winning. They're 6-4 since Jonathan Scope came back into the lineup. So defense much better, and the offense clicking as well.
Really unhappy that ball rolled in and hit the bat. 0-2 count. Well, there's no question there's a life brought to the Orioles when you get Manny and Scope back in the lineup together. I mean, they have so much fun playing this game, and they're so good at it. Team feeds off that. 0-2 delivery, and goes after one upstairs. Well, that's 7 strikeouts for Porcello. No runs in. A base runner left on. 1 apiece. Standard. Find your local independent American Standard heating and air dealer at MidAtlanticComfort.com. By University of Maryland University College. And by Acura. Visit your local Baltimore Annapolis Acura dealer for attractive offers on the thrilling Acura lineup. I was hoping we were going to catch that young man doing the floss. Because, boy, when they can do it, when you get them doing it good, it's really fun to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Some kids in Baltimore there at the last homestand who were really going at it up in the upper deck. Hard to do the floss though when you get 1,000 pounds of plastic wrapped around you. Here's Sandy Leon. He'll go after the first pitch and foul tip it. Dylan Bundy, Rick Porcello putting on a great show here. The two starters. 3 walks. Porcello with 7 strikeouts. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Picked up by Dylan Bundy. And the pitch will be taken for a ball. Red Sox batting, bottom of the 5th inning. Leon, Bradley in the top of the order. Mookie Betts coming up. The late rain coming down. Let up a little bit though. Pitch will be inside. And Bundy falls behind him. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Good try with the fastball by Bundy after getting worked real hard. A ton of pitches in the 1st inning. Certainly settled in.
Ball in the air to left field. That one headed back towards the Green Monster into the fog and comes off the top of the wall. Played in by Adam Jones. Sliding into second base. A leadoff double for Leon.
Picking up his first double and coming in at an opportune time, starting off the 5th inning, staying through this one high off the Green Monster. Well played by the Oriole defense. See Adam Jones there backing up, gets it back in a hurry, but Leon able to hustle on in for his first double of the season.
And the Red Sox have their 3rd hit. Good backup by Adam on that. See Mancini got over there to cover. Now Jackie Bradley Jr. Strikeout victim his first time up. Peterson will play in at 3rd. So will Davis at 1st as they look for the bunt. Thinking Cora may want to try and move that runner up. Bradley doesn't show that. Takes the pitch up high for a ball.
Yeah, kind of anticipated with Bradley's struggles at the plate. Try to get Leon over to 3rd base. But, didn't show any kind of bunt sign there.
See if he is waiting to get a strike before he does. 1-0 delivery, swinging away and fouls it back. Jackie Bradley Jr. hitting only 120 with runners in scoring position and only 163 overall. Boy, it has been such a struggle and the hopes are so high for him and still are. The bat just does not come around yet. Hitting 9th in the lineup. Still in. Peterson at 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike. Inside. A lot of strategy going on here. Manny Machado trying to hold the runner as close as possible. Leon, so he can't get a good jump. He's not particularly fast. And should Bradley bunt and it comes back to Bundy, you may have a play at 3rd.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to freeze him right there. Don't give him any kind of rhythm at all towards 3rd base.
They're going to bunt anyway. So that'll back him up in the infield 2-2.
A good pitch right there from Dylan Bundy after backing him up, opening up the outside corner. Now even with the count 2-2. 4th pitch, quality fastball in the outside corner.
Red Sox 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position so far tonight. Betts is on deck. Bundy a look and a 2-2. And Bradley on the foul tip swings through it. He is out of there. Frustration for him continues and Bundy takes full advantage of it. 6 strikeout.
Yeah, Oriole pitchers really shouldn't change one bit. Just attacking with the fastball. Bradley not picking it up. He's getting beat time and time again on the heater. This one climbing the ladder, taking it to the top of the zone.
Bundy has struck out as many as 10 this year. That was against Toronto. So 1 down and now a big at bat with Mookie Betts. Betts has struck out and flied out. Runner at 2nd, 1 away. And he will take the pitch inside for a ball. We told you Betts swings only 12% of the time on first pitches. That is the lowest percentage in the majors. And he's done it only once in the 3 games with all the at-bats he's had in this series. 1-0, big lead at 2nd now. Leon walking off a good one, and the pitch is in there for a strike.
You definitely don't want to forget about him. Leon will not steal the base, but you don't want him to get any kind of momentum at all. just thought as a shortstop or a second baseman, you got to try to stop him. You got to get into his head a little bit, shorten him up. That half step could mean potential run.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, breaking ball. Betts is number 7 in the league with runners in scoring position at 360. He's actually tied with his teammate Ramirez for that spot. As we mentioned earlier, Manny is number 1. 2 ball, 1 strike count with 1 down. Outfield deep. And if Jones limbering up his arm in center, in case something's hit there and he may need to throw to the plate. Bundy on the step off, trying to dry his hand.
Yeah, Adam Jones, after making that play off the wall, throw back into second base, he's been kind of shaking that right arm out a little bit.
Delivery on the way. Betts got a hold of that one. Way back. And goodbye home run. Mookie Betts, a league-leading 15th homer. And it is good for 2 and a 3-1 Boston lead. Wow. Just can't stop him.
Yeah, he's not missing too many times. Here, Bundy trying to get that fastball by him up at the top of the zone. This is up and away. That's a tough quadrant to get to, especially staying on top of it. And he catches it out in front, backspinning that one up over the green monster.
So the Red Sox go on top. 2 homers surrendered by Dylan Bundy in the ball game, and Mookie Betts gets that one with a runner on, clears the bases, and a 3-1 lead. 3 runs, 4 hits now for the Red Sox. Bundy's delivery is fouled back. Benintendi, a walk, and he is grounded out. In the lineup for the Red Sox today, coming in, their starters had 6 home runs lifetime off Dylan Bundy. Mookie Betts gets his 3rd career homer off Bundy with that shot here in the 5th inning.
Mookie Betts doing some damage against some Oriole pitching for sure. He's locked in.
See, he is 8 for 17 this year with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs against the Orioles. 0-2 delivery on the way, and that one's hit in the air to right field. Got some carry at the wall, and goodbye into the bullpen. Back-to-back home runs by Betts and Benintendi.
Not a lot of let up in this Red Sox lineup, especially top 5 or 6 hitters. Back-to-back home runs. That's in Benintendi. A little slider here that just did not finish. Kind of stayed on the plate. Bundy's thrown some great sliders in this ball game, typically biting down into the dirt. That one staying on the dish, and Benintendi making him pay.
Roger McDowell comes out for a meeting with Dylan Bundy. Benintendi, 4 home runs, 25 RBIs, back-to-back shots. Here in the 5th inning for the Red Sox, who, as we said, came into the day with the 2nd most home runs as a team in the major leagues. They've got 64 in the year now. 2nd time they have gone back-to-back this season. And the pitch will be taken outside. Ramirez has popped out and grounded out. So Bundy was getting some good quick outs, running into problems here. 3 hits, 4 batters in the 5th inning. And that will be fouled back, another play.
Yeah, Red Sox getting through here now. 3rd time facing Bundy, making some adjustments for sure. Better at bats. 3 home runs last 2 innings. A double mixed in there as well.
Bundy with a 1-1. High pop-up, shallow left. Manny Machado will back up, find it in the raindrops, put it away, and Ramirez is retired. Two down with the bases empty. Back-to-back home runs this season. The other one was Brock Holt and Mookie Betts. That came against the Angels back on April 17, their other back-to-back job. Here's J.D. Martinez. He has drawn a walk and he is grounded out. Martinez 2 down and nobody on. And he will take a strike on the inside corner. Dillon did not give up a home run in that last outing against Tampa Bay. 7 innings with no runs on 2 hits. Timeout asked for. J.D. Martinez 0-1. And that one foul back. We were talking about this a little, I think, last night. You get the bottom part of this Red Sox order doing anything to get on base and turn it over, you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. If the bottom 3 hitters ever catch fire for this Red Sox team and the top 5 guys stay hot, my goodness, it's going to be tough.
He got him on the strikeout. Dillon's got 7, but the Red Sox back-to-back homers, 3 runs in the inning on top. Brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, veterans, and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA. And by DynCorp International, we serve today for a better tomorrow. In tonight's game on Masson, in celebration of Armed Forces Day, thanking all the past and current members of the U.S. Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Coast Guard for their work and dedication in protecting our country. I just feel compelled to say, it didn't last night, but you know, we do these games and the games go on and life goes on, but I don't want anybody to think that we don't think about what happened in Texas. I mean, it can't become the norm. It just can't. And it's got to be up front and on our minds, even though we continue to do what we do, and you got to work and you got to go through your day. But when kids continue to get killed in schools, something has got to be done. 1-0 count on Chris Davis. Pitch on the way will be taken inside, and the count will go to 2-0. Chris with a couple of strikeouts so far in the ball game. Orioles bat here in the 6th inning. Both these pitchers have really moved this ball game along. When he tried to drive and foul that one back.
Yeah, Porcello's just rocking and firing. His delivery actually looks like it's picked up some tempo as well. More herky-jerky and just maybe just a little added deception.
Right over the top, though. Buried that one down and in.
Well, we've seen some really good sliders from both pitchers. This one is that finish. Starting on the inner third, and watch it just push itself down and in. Davis swinging over the top.
He is pitching like that Cy Young Award winner a couple of years ago in this game. 1 down. Strikeout number 8. Mark Trumbo has struck out and he is grounded out. And a breaking ball taken outside. No baseball shall be touched by the ground or any human being and still be left in the ball game. It's so funny to watch catchers, pitchers throwing balls out of the game. I mean, once upon a time, pitchers prayed that it would hit the dirt and they'd get it back.
Yeah.
So it'd have a spot on
absolutely.
it. They could do something with it. Not anymore.
No.
That ball bag has to be continually refilled. And it'll be chopped foul at the plate. Leone didn't know where that went. He asked Bill Welke, the home-plate umpire, where the ball was. Bill pointed over to the left. 1-2.
Yeah, good. The two-seam fastball. Great action tonight for Porcello, especially when he's burying it in on the right. He's starting it on the inside corner. It's working. Good 3-4 inches in under the hands.
1-2 delivery fouled off. Well, with the 4 runs that have been put up on the board and the one by the Orioles on the year now, the Red Sox have outscored the Orioles 34-17. They've out-homered the Orioles 8-3 in this game number 6 that the two teams have played. Red Sox have won 4 out of 5. 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball stays away. Trumbo trying to get on for Alvarez, waiting on deck. Orioles came in hitting only .217 against Boston pitching, while the Red Sox were hitting .333 against the Orioles this year. Here's the 2-2 and right straight back.
A real good pass on the fastball from Trumbo. Porcello really trying to keep him off the heater. Steady diet of sliders, change-ups, couple fastballs running hard inside. Really leaves a cookie out over the middle of the plate. Trumbo just swinging right through it, throwing it straight back.
2-2 off speed, foul. As Mark just missed. A hit down the left field side, rebounding off the stands and back into the outfield. Trumbo back, 2 ball 2 strike count. Getting the start in right field in this ball game as he continues to go back and forth between right field and the DH role for the Orioles. Trumbo's 5th start in right. 2-2. Works him full. Orioles need some base runners here. Down by 3. Pedro on deck. Full count delivery, and that'll be a ground to second. Ranging, bobble, up, throw, not in time. Nunez will be charged with an error on that one. Had it, lost it, and no time to recover.
Nice job by Trumbo to keep running. And a lot of times see ground balls, so runner's not really kicking it out of the box. There, Nunez kind of hoping that as well. When he turns, Trumbo almost at the base, and yeah, beating it out by half a step.
So the error charged on Nunez will be they're going to give him a hit. Wow. All right. Trumbo will take that. A single here in the 6th inning with 1 out. And the Orioles and Red Sox both have 5 hits. Here's Pedro Alvarez. Trying to get a couple of RBIs on the swing right there. He has walked and grounded out.
Those kind of mistakes let teams back in. And extra opportunities, and this lineup's full of boppers as well. Pedro can put one out in the bullpen in a heartbeat.
A 1 delivery on the way. Alvarez has had great luck here in this, not luck, success here. He's a .364 hitter at Fenway, 1 home run. His lifetime numbers against the Red Sox over 400 with 3 homers against them. 0-2 count here from Porcello. And we'll go up high. Designated hitter, 1 hit, 7 at bats against this right-hander. The lean and lanky Rick Porcello. 1-2. Shift on, double play depth. Boy, Pedro doesn't bite, does he?
No, really good takes. Just trusting what he's seeing with the eyes, keeping that body nice and quiet. Pedro's a big, strong guy. Does not have to get anything started extra or early. Showing that patience.
Porcello with a 2-2. Runner off first. In the air, left field, pretty good. Going back near the monster, looking up, off the top, and goodbye home run. An opposite field home run. Pedro Alvarez, he hit it right on the cushion on the top of the wall, and it bounded into the seats, and the Orioles are back to within one.
There you go. That's what we're talking about right there. Pedro Alvarez picking up his 8th home run of the season, backing up a Porcello fastball, sneaking it up over the green monster. Yeah, and Trumbo hustling down the line. Able to make it a 2-run shot and get the Orioles within 1.
So Alvarez comes through. That patient at bat pays off. And for William Durner, our Maryland lottery contestant, that's worth $500 on the home run. So Porcello unable to get out of the inning without surrendering, and the Orioles get a much needed couple of runs back.
Take a look at this big swing from Alvarez. 2-seam fastball works back over the heart of the plate. And how about that launch angle? Looked like it went straight up off the bat, and just enough to get up over that 37-foot high wall.
We mentioned the amazing numbers he puts up. Not even hitting at the Mendoza line, but he's got 8 home runs and 16 RBIs. 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1-run ball game. And the off-speed delivery has Jace Peterson out in front of it. Peterson a walk and a strikeout. Porcello surrenders just his 5th home run of the year. They all have been hit by left-handers. 1-2 delivery. That one's tagged to center. Going back on it deep. Looking up Bradley. He's got room and makes the catch. 400 plus away in the well in center field. Down. Well, it's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone.
That's why Bradley Jr. is out there in center field hitting under that Mendoza line, but boy, can he run him down in center.
That ball was hit well. A lot of ballparks that's out. So you got to go 420 to the deepest part of that well in center. Joe Kelly in the bullpen. As Cora sees the Orioles lining up on Porcello. Some pretty good shots here in the 6th inning. Chad Sisco has had a double, a run scored, struck out. Sac fly Jonathan Scope in the 3rd inning, and the 2-run homer here in the 6th by Alvarez are the Oriole runs. Red Sox have done it on home runs. Third baseman Devers got one in the 4th inning, number 8 for him. Then back-to-back Betts, Benintendi. Betts was a 2 RBI homer. That one swung and a missed as he came in on it. Now it gets really foggy and rainy again. Two. And that's the 9th strikeout picked up by Porcello. But the Orioles get on the board with a couple here in the inning as the big home run hit by Alvarez, his 8th of the year, makes it a 4-3 Red Sox lead. to act than today. PNC make today the day.
Now, Lucas Long, we had him on a couple times last year because he tore up Double-A to a 2.95 earned run average. He's a versatile pitcher as you're going to see. And last night he got the start, 6 strong innings, scattering 4 hits, just a 1 earned run, a few walks in there, but on punch out. Now he's used to pitching out of the bullpen too. 24th round pick back in 2014. At 11 games this year, 3 starts, and nice to see him toeing the hill, getting a quality start. Yeah, Lucas Long doing it well right now in Double-A.
You'll notice how the Orioles have moved people around this week from one level to another. How pitchers are looking to in the future to be starters or getting starts and moving along. I mean, this is all part of the building process going on for the Orioles right now.
Definitely.
Being moved maybe a little faster than might have otherwise in light of the start this year. But Dylan Bundy's going to hang in. His club only down by 1 now, 4-3. And a swing and a miss by Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts has struck out twice. 4-game hit streak for him, 7 for 24 with a homer now against Bundy. So the Orioles battling back. He has not seen Bundy well at all in his at-bats.
Picking up the slider, just helicopter swing after helicopter swing, and Bundy throwing that plus slider down and away.
Bundy with the 0-2 delivery. He'll put that one a little lower. And a ball and 2 strikes. Grounds crew's done a great job so far. I mean, there's been some sort of rain falling throughout the game and before. They come out every half inning, putting on some of the turf dry. Dylan Bundy's got a pile of that in front of him right now. That's the different colored soil. 1-2 delivery, and he gets him again. That's 8 strikeouts for Dylan, 1 shy of his high this year.
Dylan has made some really good pitches. A bulk of them here to Bogaerts. Bogaerts going down for the 3rd time. All 3 of them on the Bundy slide.
We're in the 6th inning. Devers had the home run in the 4th, his 8th of the year, solo shot. Put it the other way. Took the pitch, turns around, says a strike. And going for another home run on that cut, 0-2.
Unfortunately, that one kind of riding up to the top of the zone. Want to stick it under the hands again and leak back over.
First home run against the Orioles in his career. He'll pop that one up to left. Mancini almost in place. 2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. May not be a rainy night in Georgia, Ray Charles, but it's a rainy night in Boston. They really wanted to get this ball game in. That's why they started it on time in the light rain. There's more rain in the forecast for tomorrow at about game time, some thunderstorms. So they're really trying to push through these games. This is a good one. 0-1 the count. Eduardo Nunez, 2 down, nobody on, a double and a strikeout for the second baseman. 4-5-0 for the Red Sox, 3-6-0 for the Orioles. That pitch is so effective.
Man, they just can't see the spin. That's what it's got to be. I know Bundy's fastball gets on the hitters as well. Nice easy delivery, and then boom, that arm comes rushing up over the top. That location, those sliders down and away.
To third. Back up a little bit, Peterson. He'll record the out and a 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Bundy. Orioles down by just 1. Our Ram due up, Mancini, Jones, and Machado.
Game 3 here at Fenway Park, and Jonathan Scope with the sack fly. Yeah, getting the Orioles on the board first here at Fenway Park. How about the defense? Jonathan Scope getting it done again, showing the touch, and a big out for Bundy. And the Red Sox bats start to come alive. Rafael Devers, yeah, getting it up over the green monster, and the Sox now on the board. But the Bull, he makes the big answer. How about the big 2-run shot here? Bull's 8th home run of the season, and the Orioles with 4-3 lead. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
There you see the 1-run difference, and the Orioles have gotten to the bullpen.
Yeah, Porcello out of the ball game. 6 innings, 107 pitches. Orioles able to scatter the 6 hits, but 3 earned runs tacked on Porcello. Going into the bullpen, pulling out Joe Kelly. Big arm. Fastball rushing up to the high 90s. This will be his 20th game. 2.21 earned run average. To a very strong start. Has not given up a home run this year, and opponent's hitting just 159 overall.
It's been very, very tough. Kelly's delivery will be fouled back. Trey Mancini at the top of the order. Mancini's had a base hit. He is 1 for 3. Rain coming down, as you can see it blowing a little bit right now. Kelly against the Orioles this year. This is his 3rd game. He's worked 2 innings, has given up nothing. No hits, no runs. Carries a 3-2 lifetime record against the Orioles. Fastball up high, that'll be at 99 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Orioles with Jones and Manny Machado due up. Kelly last worked against Oakland 3 days ago, an inning, 0s across. Right-hander 1-1. That's that heat.
Yeah, big fastball. He can get up there into triple digits as well. The power fastball, slider, occasional curve in there. That is bringing some noise. 98 in that upper third.
Well, he gets ahead on the count 1-2. Kelly out of a high set. Mancini will foul it off. Kelly's out of Anaheim, California, and played his college ball on the West Coast at University of California, Riverside. A real good, strong arm. It's his 6th year of Major League service. The Red Sox rely heavily on him out of the bullpen. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Mancini back to the glove. 7th inning underway. Kelly records the out.
Big fastball riding in on Mancini right there. Soft comebacker, and Kelly helping himself. And Scott up in the O's bullpen. Another power arm.
With 1 down. Jones a base hit. He is 1 for 3. Adam now with 3 hits, 12 at bats. First 3 games of the series. Kelly's delivery on the way to him, and Adam trying to jump on some heat, trying to get that swing started about the time Kelly brings the arm over the top. And an 0-1 count on Adam.
Kelly, big arm, 1-time starter, but didn't have the type of command that he's shown with the Red Sox working out of the bullpen.
Right-hander's 0-1 delivery, heat a little higher at 98.
Tough to get on top of that cheese. You really have to start your swing at the top of the zone. Any kind of bad head dip at all, and you're going to get exposed.
Adam is 4 for 15 against Kelly. Oh-2 delivery. A little hesitation as he comes with that knee up and then slings that arm through and really brings it. Orioles have a 5.36 ERA against him all time in the 20 games he's appeared in. 7 of those were as a starter. 1-2 from Kelly. Turns it out of the ballpark. Into the rain.
And into the night out of the stadium. Man.
Somebody outside just went, is that a baseball?
What the heck was that?
What was that?
Over at the Cask and Flagon.
Thank you so much. 1-2 delivery is fouled away. Cask and Flagon people are not bothered by baseballs coming in. Believe me, it's not a problem.
It might come flying back over.
It could. 1 ball, 2 strike out on Jones. And that's going to be foul. You really notice how quickly Porcello worked when you watch Joe Kelly. I don't mean that negatively, but they're two opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, absolutely. Kelly got to take a little bit of a little time, deep breath, and then rock and fire. But Porcello, man, oh man, get the ball back in there. Here it comes. I mean, he was working fast.
Among relievers this year, Kelly 9th in opponent batting average, Mike mentioned, at 159. 1-2. Adams making him work. Puts that souvenir down the left field side. And the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Orioles have seen enough of Kelly to have had a number of at-bats. Adams 4 for 15 against him. We need the stat on what he is against him in the rain. 1-2. All the way to the backstop on a hop, hit in front of home plate.
And Kelly now digging into his full arsenal. Adam Jones rushing him out of there, rushing the slider out, the fastball. He tries to fool him with the changeup. Spiking that one down in the dirt.
Just a stare down there. Nobody moved. You can see by the seeing their breath at the plate, it's gotten a little cooler. 2 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Adam fouls it off again, right at the plate.
Boy, still fighting, fouling off a nasty breaker ball right there, down and away. A real good battle here.
Might want to remember this at bat as the inning rolls along. Two and 2. Manny Machado watching all this on deck. 10 pitches. And Kelly will win it, but it wasn't easy.
Wow. Quite a battle here. Adam Jones seeing everything, and then he takes a chance with a changeup, an inside changeup here, right on right. 87 miles an hour. Adam Jones clearing out. That gets that noise with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. A little Bugs Bunny piece. Adam Jones spinning away. Strike 3.
2 down, nobody on. Manny has had good numbers against Kelly. 6 for 15. Here in the ball game, delivered a base hit his last time up, drew a walk in the 3rd, and lined out his first time up. Orioles down by just 1, 4-3, 7th inning. Takes the pitch. It is a strike. Manny with the walk picked up now has 24 free passes and has struck out only 26 times. There aren't many in this day and age who have those kind of numbers.
That's got to be a misprint, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't happen nowadays. That tells you how good Manny Machado is.
shift on in the infield against Manning. He'll go for heat at 98. At the knees, outside corner.
Yeah, a couple of good fastballs from Kelly. I mean, you can't put him much better. Down and away, 98 miles an hour.
23 strikeouts in 20 innings. That's what Kelly has on the year. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way, and Manny will touch it up off the end of the bat. And the count will stay at 2 strikes. Red Sox come into this. They are 18-9 against the East, tied with New York for the lead in the division. Yankees beating KC tonight 5-3 in the 6th. Alex Cora's ball club has done well against Eastern Division opponents. Orioles are 8-10 against the East. Not so bad. Oops. Manny had stepped out, had been given the timeout. Puts his hand up towards Kelly, saying didn't mean to do that.
Well, he called it plenty of time.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was walking away. And he calls the timeout. Umpire pulls away. A good second or two in there.
Kelly just wasn't looking. He doesn't. Kelly stares over to third base when he goes into the stretch, and then as he starts his motion to the plate, that's when he picks up the target. Oh, 2-2 down, nobody on. I look for the target, and I hit it. Well, a couple of strikeouts, retires the side in order. 7th inning stretch time, 4-3 Boston.
To back it up with a couple good starts here. The slider was working, exposing Bogarts a few times. 3 punch outs for Bogarts in this ball game. They made a couple really good pitches. Unfortunately, the Red Sox able to get to him with 3 home runs. The home run, boy, is it a trouble spot for Dylan Bundy here lately. Taking a look at his line, 6 strong innings, 5 hits, but 3 of those hits, the long ball, touching him for 4 earned runs, 98 pitches, and he is out of the game.
Tanner Scott has come out of the bullpen for the Orioles, bottom half of the 7th inning. Sandy Leon will be the first batter he faces, and his delivery to him bounces.
And time for the Jiffy Lube pitching change. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. Tanner Scott out of the O's bullpen. A hard fastball, 97, 98 miles an hour with the power slider to go along with it. This will be his 7th game for the O's. The 9 innings of work and 10 punch-outs, just 1 base on ball. He's got the command that he worked on in the minor leagues and now putting it to good use here up at the big league level. Lefty's really struggling off Tanner Scott.
7th appearance this year for Scott. 1-0 delivery on the way. That'll be down low. Tanner Scott came up and made his major league debut last year with the Orioles. He spent most of the year at AA Bowie. He worked 2 games for the O's, an inning and 2/3. A couple of runs, 2 hits in the brief chances last year. That one he will get in there for a strike. And Scott takes it to a 2-ball 1 strike count. Tanner just 23 years old and asked to hold the Red Sox down here in the 7th. Taken all the way, backed away from home plate on that one. Leone had a double scored in the 5th inning, and he is flied out. He started that 5th inning out, and then Mookie Betts brought him home with a home run, followed by a Benintendi home run. 3-1 walking. Leadoff walk, 7th inning. Hope you'll join us again tomorrow. We hope the weather looks like that tomorrow as the final game of this set takes place. Orioles have not announced their starter yet. Eduardo Rodriguez, the left-hander, will go for the Red Sox. Our coverage on Masson 2, 1230 O's Extra, presented by Ford. Game coverage at 1. All the access you need right here on Masson. We'll bring up Jackie Bradley Jr. He has struck out twice in the ball game. In at third base, Peterson. Orioles played Bradley to bunt the last time he was up in the 5th inning after Leone had led it off with a double. He never squared around. See if he does here. Again, Leone not particularly fast, so you got to put a real good bunt down to get him down to second base. Cora may figure that's harder to do than letting him try to get a hit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you try to be too fine with the bunt, end up throwing that runner out at second base anyway. And that Barnes up in the Red Sox bullpen.
Count 2-0. Taken, and the count goes to 3-0. Tanner Scott struggling with the strike zone right now.
Wow, very uncharacteristic of Tanner. Talked about how since coming up to the big leagues, really harnessing the command of all of his pitches. Nice little group there just off the outside corner.
First outing for Scott against the Red Sox this year. 3-0. It'll be taken, and walked him on 4 pitches. So in a 1-run ball game, bottom of the 7th inning, Tanner Scott comes out of the pen and surrenders 2 free passes. And you turn the order over. You just put on the number 8 and 9 hitters.
Yeah, you don't want that. Obviously, as hot as the top of this lineup is, of course, Betts and Benintendi home runs in this ball game.
Roger McDowell will come out for the visit with Mookie Betts coming up. Orioles do not have anybody else up in the bullpen at the moment. The Orioles bullpen is ranked 10th in ERA. They've given up the 2nd fewest home runs for bullpens in the league. Orioles bullpen has not been a strikeout bullpen. So 2 visits to the mound just got counted right there. Players and pitching coach, because they came at different times. One was already there before Roger came out.
Oh my.
Rain picks up a little bit more. And now here's Mookie Betts. So a big moment here in the 1-run ball game, 7th inning. Betts delivered his 15th home run to take over the league lead in the 5th inning. And we'll take that pitch down low for a ball. So for Betts against left-handers this season, as you might expect, doesn't make a whole lot of difference. He's hitting .400 off lefties. 6 home runs. 1-0. bounces. Tanner's not close on these pitches.
Boy, he has a good feel right now, and on top of this lineup, recognizing it, they can just pick their one spot. Look up and out over. Those bets can get to about anything right now. It makes it a little bit easier for the hitter. Make that box a little bit smaller.
Runners off first and second base. And that's not close. 3-0.
Windup looks really smooth and consistent. I really don't see anything wrong right there. The fact that he's not throwing strikes.
You got to believe Betts will have a green light right here. Delivery on the way, and the strike called. He was going to first. Started to take off the guard. Oops. Sorry about that, Mr. Umpire.
That's not like a call at all. Missing down and in. It looks like it's up and away. That's what Betts saw it. But helping him out, giving him the call right there. That might be all it takes for Tanner to get back in the zone.
Here's the 3-1 delivery. Betts doesn't let that one go by. Down the line, and it will be foul. Not by much. Down into that right field corner short porch area. Just missed. Full count. There's not a lot of that short porch, but there's enough of it if you can catch it.
Yeah, only 302 down that right field line. Pesky pole sitting there.
First and second, nobody out. Tanner Scott, 3-2 delivery. Right straight back on the foul ball. That's now with 2 home runs on the year against the Orioles. He has picked up 4 RBIs in the series, has 7 on the year against the O's. Full count for the second time. And Betts in the air to right. It carries a little bit on Trumbo. He'll make the catch. Both runners tag. Here's the throw. Second base. Manny covers. Not in time. Ball gets away, but backed up by Peterson. And staying at third base is Leone. So aggressive base running. And both move up with 1 out.
Yeah, that's a big play right there by the Red Sox base runners. Jackie Bradley on the back end. He recognizes Trumbo getting turned around out there. Ball getting pushed quite a bit out to right field. Unfortunately, the runner's able to stay at second and third, but nice base running by Bradley Jr. keeping the team out of double play. 2 in scoring position.
Benintendi, the back-to-back home runs with Betts in the 5th. He's walked and grounded out. Infield is in. Benintendi will take it for a strike. For Benintendi this year against left-handers, not so good. 6 for 38. That's a 158 batting average against southpaws. Overall, Benintendi at 271. Left-handers delivery on the way. Check swing one around. Input umpire Bill Welke makes the call on that himself. 0-2.
A couple good sliders right there. Benintendi trying to hold up that swing.
28 opportunities in these 3 games with a runner in scoring position. This is the 29th in the series. 0-2 delivery. Benintendi slicing. Tanner Scott trying to work his way to a troublesome start, walking the first 2 hitters. The big out on Betts and the fly ball to right.
So the Oriole defense pulled in a little bit, but not uptight. They're giving themselves a little bit of room. Leone not the fastest runner over there at third base, so they try to give themselves enough range.
Benintendi will take it inside. And to counter that, Leone at third base trying to get as big a lead as he possibly can, with Peterson, of course, playing off the bag. Leone, once the stretch is made, starts walking it off. 1-2 delivery on the way, and Benintendi fights off another one.
Finish that slider up One ball, 2 strikes, and left a floater on the plate. Bundy a pretty good look.
Carlos Feblis, the third base coach. Castro warming up in the bullpen. He's trying to work Leon off the bag. The coach is far down as he can. And Tendy sticking hard. 97 on the fastball.
That's a good heater.
Got some good battles joined here. Batters, pitchers in this game. Some extended at bats on both sides. 7th coming in this one. Here's the delivery on the way. Benintendi takes it, and it will miss down low. 2-2.
Much rather have that slider when you get 2 strikes, bouncing one down in the dirt. Nice little pickup there by Cisco. Don't want those spinners up and out over.
Benintendi, 304, runners in scoring position. 2-2 count. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to be a base hit. It's going to score 2. Adam Johns on the wet field. The ball just died in front of him. And the 2 walks. Leon and Bradley both score, and Benintendi has a 3 RBI ball game.
Benintendi just getting into prevent mode and slapping one back through the infield. Of course, the infield drawn in. Runners at second and third. See Bradley Jr. flying around the bases.
So no luck for Tanner Scott in this one. Those 2 leadoff walks in the inning hurt. It is 6-3 Boston.
To work for Castro, and of course he features that big fastball, slinging it from the side, 97, 98 miles an hour. Opponent's hitting 238. That slinging fastball, those right-handed hitters honest. Then with that 178 batting average, a little slider and changeup to go along with it.
So Castro will come on with a runner on at first base. Big base hit by Benintendi. As he drives in a couple of runs, Castro will face Ramirez. And the Ramirez 0 for 3 in the ball game. Ramirez with that big, powerful bat against Castro. He has gone 0 for 2 the only times he's faced him. Throw over will get Benintendi back. Benintendi already has a stolen base in this ball game back in the first inning. He's 8 for 8 on the year. He steps off a decent lead over there. 1 down.
You got to keep him in check. You do not want another runner out there in scoring position. He's definitely within striking distance.
Runner not going. Ramirez will take the pitch outside. Orioles have held Ramirez down as he picked up a couple of hits in the opener. Ended up or 2 for 4 in the ball game last night. Ramirez in the first game, a couple of singles. Grounded foul out of play. Here in this one, though, he has gone 0 for 3.
Definitely have to be careful with him, though. You saw him cheating on the Castro fastball right there, really stepping in the bucket. Clear out to get to the 97.
Castro has worked in a couple of the games against Boston this year. A run on 3 hits in 3 1/3 innings. Started to go, pitched way outside, did not go after. He worked in game 1, an inning and a third, a couple of walks and a strikeout.
Sweeping slider. Boy, his wrist just locked right up right there. That bat head didn't even move.
Rain is let up again. 2 ball, 1 strike count. 1 down, 7th inning. Benintendi back to the bag. 2 runs in already, and the walk surrender. Leon and Bradley lead off walks. 8 and 9 hitters, both scored. There's the winner from last night's game, Alex Cobb on the right, the manager. 2 and 1. Ramirez waiting on it, wanted to loft it and didn't get it. Ramirez with a big cut was already to strike out on 2 strikes, but no, he's going to get another.
Yeah, big cut right here, and on that backside, and he was posing up. He was going to get it. A little extra movement there on the dish, though, and that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Fortunately, it did, because it was down the middle.
Hanley, you get another one. Runner goes. Ground ball. Machado bobbles. Runners will stay with the eye. And that, I believe, Mike will know better than I, but with Benintendi running, may have created the fumble.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Manny Machado and Jonathan Schoop, they work so well together. I'm sure Schoop said, give me the ball, give me the ball. And just got on Manny, kind of ate him up a little bit. Manny probably thinking about how to get it to Schoop as quickly as possible. And just clanks that one, kicked up on him.
There's one of those extra outs, extra chances Butch Old was talking about after game 1. And you just don't give those to good teams, or you pay a price. Let's see what they do with it here. 5th error charged against Manny. 1st error of the ball game for either team. Still only 1 away. That'll be fouled back. Ramirez now at first. Benintendi down at second. And Martinez 0 for 2 and a walk in the ball game. He will get his first at bat when it hasn't been raining. 0-1. Orioles will back up, of course, hoping for the ground ball double play here in the infield.
Yeah, you know Manny wants another shot at it. Get this team out of this inning.
Martinez 1 for 2 off Castro. Ground ball down to third, not hit that hard. Go to the bag. Peterson 1, throw over to first, and Chris able to get his foot back on the bag. They get the double play. So 2 runs in, only 1 hit, 1 error, and a base runner left on. 6-3 Boston.
Getting back to the top of the order, and Betts, who has been red hot all season long, pounds out his 15th home run of the year, and Benintendi right behind him hammers his 4th. Back-to-back home runs in the 5th inning and give the Red Sox the lead.
So on the wet, foggy night, it is a 6-3 Red Sox lead as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Into the bullpen, Boston goes.
Matt Barnes coming out of the pen. This is another big arm. 289 earned run average, 25 punch-outs in 18 2/3. 12 walks, though, so he can be a little erratic. Holding his opponent down to just a 159 batting average. The righties just 128. Big fastball, mid to high 90s with the fastball. Has a slider, and this year adding a split finger every now and then.
Barnes, among American League relievers, is 4th in holds. He's got 10 of them. 7th in opponent batting average at that 159, and he is 10th in strikeout ratio. He gets Jonathan Schoop. So the Orioles down by 3. Each team with 6 hits in the ball game. Jonathan waiting on it, and a swing and a heater up high at 95. Jonathan has had good success against this right-hander. He's gone 5 for 11 against Barnes in his career. And the Orioles needing base runners here. They will try to get that potential tying run to the plate now in the 8th. Slider will miss outside hard at 95. 101.
Yeah, they'd love to get back-to-back walks for sure. Much like the Red Sox did. They get a couple tack-on runs. The Orioles, this is their time of ball game. This is where they produce the most runs. Back end, 7, 8, 9.
1-1. Schoop heat up high again. 3rd game for Barnes against the Orioles. He has worked a couple of innings in the other 2. Given up no runs on just 1 hit. Owns a lifetime win, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 save against the Orioles in 20 games. Right-handers 1-2 delivery down the line and just missed. Almost caught the corner of foul side of the bag.
That would have been nice. 2 strikes. Good fastball on the outside corner. Schoop just dropping the head on it. Just missing maybe an inch or 2. Picking up that first base bag.
Jonathan 2 for 9 in the first 3 games of this 4-game set to be concluded tomorrow afternoon. 1-2. Orioles still have not announced the starter for the ball game. Norfolk got rained out. David Hess might be a pretty good guess. He was supposed to start for Norfolk in the game tonight, so he may already be here. Orioles will have Eduardo Rodriguez facing them, the former Orioles organizational left-hander. 1-2 delivery on the way to him, and somehow got a piece of that. It was up and away, 1-2.
That's about a foot off the plate, 96 miles an hour. Schoop in protect mode. That 6th pitch. That's some coverage right there to get a piece of it.
A long bat to find that one. Barnes in the high set, the 1-2 delivery. Jonathan won't go after one. That's way up. So a 2-ball 2-strike count on Schoop. Really hard to believe with the weather the way it was. This game going to get in and be finished. 2-2. Way up with these pitches. Full count. Chris Davis waiting on deck. And then Mark Trumbo. Scobie hoping for a walk right here. Not going to get it on the pitch, but keeps his at-bat going. For the Red Sox, with the 6 runs on the board, 5 of them have been scored by their, or driven in by their top 2 hitters, Betts and Benintendi. 1 and 2 in the order. Betts had a 2-run homer, Benintendi a 2-run homer, and a 1-run home run solo shot with a 2 RBI single. They've had 5 RBIs between them in the 1 and 2 spots in the lineup. That one in the air to right. Betts. Well, a Major League Notebook on this date in baseball history. Kind of a crazy note affecting the Orioles in '59 at Memorial. Pitcher Billy O'Dell had a 120-foot home run. Came against the White Sox. He hit it down the foul line, bounced over the head of the right fielder Al Smith, and he went all the way around for an inside the park home run for the pitcher. And O's ended up winning it 2-1. And in 1910, Cy Young won his 500th career game. 5-4 win, naps over the Senators, 11 innings, the only pitcher in Major League history to reach 500 Ws. He should have won the Cy Young Award, but as everyone knows, he never did. Barnes' delivery is a strike on the inside corner.
Now we were talking about the Oriole offense being so productive, and sure enough, 7th inning or later, they've scored 74 runs. So they turn it up a notch. That's 6th best in baseball.
I correct myself. Alex Wojciechowski was scheduled to start. Asher Wojciechowski at Norfolk. I thought it was David Hess. It was not. My mistake. 0-2 the count. Chris Davis trying to avoid that sombrero. And Barnes delivers up and away. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Davis against Barnes, 1 for 5. Shift all the way on against Chris. Barnes delivers, and the golden sombrero is his. 4 strikeouts in the ball game. Barnes gets his first.
Tough night for Davis. This fastball well up and out of the zone. Davis just getting things started a little too early, not trusting the things he's seeing.
Another one of those close calls on a check swing. So there are 2 away. Mark Trumbo a base hit, a strikeout, and a ground ball out. The Orioles have struck out 12 times. We have said that a number of times in the course of this year. That seems to be a number in strikeouts they reach in a lot of games.
Yeah, they get up there over 10, and you know it's going to be a tough night for the Orioles. And they started playing a little bit better, more consistently offensively. They ran off a string of games where they were under 10 strikeouts, really putting the ball in play.
Out of the 15 teams in the American League, the Orioles are 12th in strikeouts. Texas has struck out more than any other team. Oakland has struck out a couple more times than the Orioles have. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Barnes, a timeout asked for as the rain picks up a little bit. 2 away, 8th inning. Red Sox trying to make it 2 out of 3. They can hang on to the lead. And a foul ball right back by Trumbo.
Barnes gets a couple outs, and then he starts working on that split finger, his new pitch this season. A couple good ones to Trumbo.
Pitcher of record, winning side, Boston. Porcello, 3 runs, 6 hits over 6 innings, 9 strikeouts. Dylan Bundy on the other side for the Orioles, 4 runs, 5 hits over 6 innings. He had 8 strikeouts. 1 and 2. Couple of strikeouts picked up by Barnes. 34,195 on hand. 3.4195. here at Fenway Park.
Well said, Gary.
Well said. Well, I had that script written out for me. I had it all copied. I had it right here, and I read it just the way it was written. Meanwhile, back in the stands, folks with the plastic ponchos on here, and Neil Diamond singing it up. 6-3 lead. Red Sox on top. You go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 34,195 the announced attendance, and while a lot of those folks didn't show up who had tickets, a lot did. They have gone through this night of rain along with the ball clubs. Xander Bogaerts will lead it off. Castro will stay out. You got the final 2 outs in the 7th inning, and Bogaerts will take the pitch away. Now Bogaerts is trying to avoid that same sombrero that Chris Davis picked up. He's had 3 strikeouts in the ball game.
Yeah, Dylan Bundy really exposing him on the nasty sliders down and away.
Pitch by Castro is going to miss outside. And the closer, Craig Kimbrell, up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Waiting for Bogaerts to stand back in. He does, and the 2-0. That will be in there for a strike. 6 runs, 6 hits for the Red Sox. 3 runs, 6 hits. And an error on the Orioles. Showalter's ball club trying to make it 2 in a row, getting out of that losing streak here in the game last night. Tanner Scott charged with a couple of earned runs. He walked 2 batters, and both of them scored. 3rd of an inning. And another one of those nasty leadoff walks.
Don't like to see the walks. Man, especially a tight ball game here coming down to the wire.
Leadoff man on. Rafael Devers, the home run came in the 4th inning. Solo shot, 8th of the year. Puts that one up in the air, third base side. Peterson in foul territory makes the catch. That'll hold the runner at first with 1 out.
Bogaerts over there talking to Curtis Goodwin, longtime major league career, and talking about the 5 stolen bases the Red Sox had the other night. Goodwin, one of the best stolen base guys in the major leagues during his time, and I'm sure he's given this Red Sox team a lot of tips out there as far as what to pick up on pitchers. They definitely had something on Gausman.
Yep. Yeah, Goodwin's really added to this coaching staff for Cora. Said how he was working with the hitters, with the runners the other night on Friday before the game. They were how to step off third, get a lead for tag ups. And you were talking about how to turn around and watch a fly ball. He was showing them how to do that.
Yeah.
He had everybody out there. That's kind of spring training stuff that they're going over. That ball up the middle. Jonathan Scope. Manny. Throw. Oh, it's not that easy. They get the double play, beautifully executed by the Keystone Scops out there, who make it just a 3-batter inning. The Orioles have a chance, 9th inning. It's a 6-3 Boston lead. affairs with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Chesapeake Employers Insurance, Maryland's largest writer of workers' compensation insurance. Gary Thorne and Mike Bordick at Fenway. Game 3 of the 4-game set goes to the 9th inning. Red Sox up by 3.
Yeah, Craig Kimbrell, a Red Sox closer, now into the ball game. 12 saves this year, blown a couple, and that's his big fastball actually that gets hurt. A lot of hitters gear up to get to Kimbrell, and if he makes a mistake with that heater on the plate, it's going to get walloped. There you see the 4 home runs. He is a fly ball pitcher. It's tough to get to him. Opponent's hitting just 159. The righty's 088. To go along with that 95 to 99 mile-an-hour fastball, he's got a power curve as well.
Kimbrell's 1 for 1 in save opportunities against the Orioles this year. Pedro Alvarez stands in here in the 9th inning. Alvarez, Peterson, Cisco are due up against Kimbrell, who has a chance to pick up his 13th save of the year. Full shift on. And the heater is at the knees. Take a look at our 4th drive of the game.
Yeah, Pedro Alvarez picking up his 8th home run, and that ball going straight up to get over the Green Monster. About 40-degree angle off the bat. It's a big ball. The Orioles a little bit closer.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Alvarez to right. Betts. He's got it. 1 away in the 9th. Alvarez now 0 for 4 off Kimbrell. 1 away. Jace Peterson. Peterson has flied out, struck out, and drawn a walk in the ball game. One for 1 off Kimbrell. And we'll take the pitch away for a ball. Devers will play in at third base, trying to take the bunt away.
We always talk about the third baseman, and we really don't see a lot of bunting anymore in the game. But they can still, a lefty can take it with them, bunt to the second baseman, and you just don't see that very often.
The old drag bunts, not very common anymore,
Absolutely.
is it?
You can get a half step out of the box, get some momentum going, and just try to basically beat the first baseman.
Left-handers used to try and drag that bunt right along with them. They'd bunt it just hard enough so when they ran, the ball would be right with them all the way down the line. 1-1. This got out of the way on a jackknife move there from Kimbrell. Pitch inside.
Nasty breaking ball. Look at this ball biting it. Almost catching a piece of Peterson's knee.
Kimbrell in his career is 12 out of 12 in save opportunities against the Orioles. I suspect he's got those kind of numbers against a couple of teams. 2 ball 1 strike delivered to Jace Peterson. Foul back. 96 and a 2-2 count. Kimbrell picked up his last save on Wednesday against Oakland. He worked the inning. He did give up a home run in that game, 19 pitches, but still was able to pick up a save working for the 3 outs. 2-2. Shortstop. Bogaerts has it. And there are 2 down.
Fly ball out for Kimbrell. Likes to work that fastball up at the top of the zone. Time and time again, hitters unable to get on top of it with those high pop-ups.
So 2 down in the 9th. And here is Chance Cisco. A double and a run scored. He struck out twice. The Orioles picking up a run in the 3rd inning on the RBI sac fly by Scope that gave him a lead. The Red Sox came back though with a 3-run fifth. Back-to-back homers by Betts and Benintendi, and they did not look back. That one will be foul back. Barring a major 2-out comeback, Porcello's going to get the win. He's going to be 6-1 on the year, 5-11 against the Orioles. Dylan Bundy, the Orioles starter, will take the loss. Bundy 0-2 against the Red Sox this year, 3-6 lifetime against Boston, and he will go 3-6 on the year. Kimbrel after number 13 in the save department. Fouled off. 1-2.
Big arms at the back end of this Red Sox bullpen.
Power.
Yeah, Barnes and Kelly.
Yep. 1-2 delivery on the way. Popped it up left field. Benintendi is under it, and the ball game is over. 1-2-3 inning picked up by Kimbrel. Orioles are retired. He didn't get anything since the 6th inning. Everybody since then retired. Ended up being 11 in a row set down by the bullpen. 6-3 the final, Boston.